All right, we are heading into the final of Amphoreus, that is. I hope you do not hear the fan, by the way. I think in terms of volume, it's actually fine. Now, anyway, so having a bit of a scheduling conflict and everything, and hopefully everything will go fine. While Germany's apparently on its hottest day today ever. So yeah. Make sure to drink as much as possible. I actually have 2 bottles here now standing next to me because I might use those during the stream. We will see. We will see about those details, but either way, welcome to the final of Amphoreus. Now, what's gonna happen tonight? Well, we do have a bunch of things to go through. We have this entire book to go through, still. And we do also have the entirety, of course, of the finale to go through. So, what I think we'll actually go through for the at first is we'll actually, I think, want to go through the remainder of this. Because to be fair, I do not know how long the finale is going to be of Amphoreus, notably, but I feel like we should probably get through this book before we continue on, because it probably would be awkward if I go through this in Plan Acadia. But I would say let's just go take a few minutes to go through this first. Then we'll continue on with the actual final, and that is before I go on vacation as well.
In the years spent wandering the earth, the giant dragon always remembered the Titan's words.
A little bit of a full day today, but that's fine.
In protection twisted beings shuffled and roared, and delicate chimeras climbed up its shoulders. After, the tiny
Alright,
humans
learning a bit of
came
the background
They
from
dashed
Terrorox.
alongside the
We've
giant
run
dragon,
into Terrorox
then,
in the
blink
last
of an
stream.
eye, disappeared
Basically the
across
Earth
land.
Titan. And these are just still stories that I believe we had unlocked as part of 3.5.
Yet the deep
Because I haven't
irises
actually
of the
put in the
giant
3.6
dragon saddened
gem
and
yet.
gloom. The ancient creature saw earlier than the Titan did, hidden in the deep ocean, the incoming doom. The giant dragon recalled.
But yeah, based on my
the
understanding, or
moment
at least that's what I
strife
thought
was
happened,
born, The
is
chalice of plenty sighed, and
Terrorox
the heretical tide
became an ally
spread
of
over the
Evernight
seabed.
because
Bearing
seemingly
their
Evernight
own
would have
gnawing
been able to
pain and
promise
agony,
that everything will
Cheerios
go
tightened
well.
every fiber
Which,
in their body.
At this
No
point, it's
one
hard to
here
tell
recalled
who's actually
their
bad and who
creation
isn't.
clearly.
It's kind of the issue that I'm seeing. Like, we had Lygus being... I still would
The
consider
giant
Lygus
dragon
probably to
once
be
swore
fairly
an
bad.
oath at the Titan's breast.
Um,
And now,
while Evernight,
the
I guess, is a bit of an
dragon
evil
silently
neutral,
turned
maybe?
and
I don't know.
departed, leaving the plateaus and mountains of a secluded world
But either way.
and entering the bustling cities humankind crowded.
So then,
Thousands
basically,
of years
Terrorox
later,
had
the giant dragon
gone ahead
realized
and effectively
those tiny creations of Kevlar
became an ally from
had
Evernight,
rooted
my
their
understanding.
civilization in
I
time.
might be wrong on this, but that's my understanding.
How can there be such a huge Dromus?
Dromus? No, that's a walking mountain of gold.
Curious residents were amazed at its appearance, while greedy brokers calculated its value. Yet the giant dragon simply walked in leisure, not harming a single building of any stature, nor paying heed to anyone. It quietly listened to the people's language,
And yeah,
and its
regular
form
hydration reminder.
dissolved in the flames of war. Many years later, Akula closed their eyes, and the giant dragon steps were finally
So,
halted.
background story of
A
Terrorox.
swordmaster who broke the waves stopped its way, and a ruler
In the
commanded
meanwhile, Twitch chat,
Chess-
hello there, how's it going? It's certainly going warm.
Are you the Dromus that has been attacking all states?
The commander invited the giant dragon to hunt the
But
divine
it could be
flames
worse.
together.
So,
The giant dragon nodded, but it did not look at the commander.
well, we'll see how
and
the
never
temperature
mentioned
develops during
where
this
it
stream.
came from. Its timeless sight had already seen past the flame chase's final plight.
Georios shall be executed here.
The Titan, in a painful daze, closed their eyes with a sigh.
I do at
Suddenly,
least have a
the
fan
mountain
running
shook,
here, which
and the land
I got
cracked.
positioned so that it just
wounds
doesn't like
dealt by the
fully
black
face me,
tide
but like
once mended
basically
by
faces
the
my
Titan
wardrobe, which I
now
think pushes some of
tore
the air also
land
to me, but not
apart
directly.
again.
I have a bit of a
Calamity
nice wind
lands
going, but
asunder. Who should shoulder
so at least I have
such a
something.
duty? The giant dragon sunk into the earth in answer. For
Right,
the
that'll
earth
be
was the breast of
Terrorox
Georios
when he'd usually
and the
die, I
dragon's
believe.
birthplace.
Because like the only reason, or
And from
Terrorox
that
was the
day
reason,
forth,
sorry,
Amphoreus
Evernight was the
had a
reason why it
new
was still
legend
around.
of how a giant dragon collected the broken lands and once again made the earth whole.
Alright, that'll be the first chapter of Terrorox. What about... Oh, Dan Hang. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize it's actually said done hanging now. Because it used to say Terrorbox. But now it says done hang because I guess we have already played far enough. But regardless. We do also have a few chapters of Electra still to go through.
When entering the flame chasing
Irison's I actually
for the
liked.
first time,
Probably still
all
not
the
my
Sword
favorite
Master
character
saw
of
a
Amphoreus,
colorful
but
fish.
I did
She had
like
already
her.
experienced the Imperator's dangerous games. She had long grown used to the giant beast's silent face. Carminum's charms and Helcalithist's gentleness warmed her like a spring breeze. But as Frigorus missed his throne and Bramalis debated with joy, she was sometimes at a loss. Occasionally, the Swordmaster would sink into hesitation, and even that messenger of fate could not get
Who's
her
the Swordmaster again?
till one day, a golden trout's bubbles.
Because I don't
floated
think that's...
into her
Was it
glowing
Hyacinth's? I don't
waters.
think so.
In that holy city where golden
Might be
figs
wrong,
grew,
of course.
the messenger of fate.
But yeah, I
went
mean,
to
we've
her
also
and
learned
made
that pretty
dressed
much
in
this
glamorous
book
gowns.
records the iteration that then Cyrene would then give to
Clothes are you
Irontomb.
even wearing?
The girl snickered behind
That
her
was
hand,
my
while the
understanding.
messenger
Um,
pulled on her sleeve.
Aggie, don't be rude.
Such hubris, delicate fish. Are you not aware that there's food on your face?
The messenger's eyes opened wide.
Aggie, you've been snacking behind my back again.
Exposing me like this. I'll get my revenge.
The girl ran away in a fit.
To be fair, I do not
The
know what the
Swordmaster
relationship
smiled.
between...
And before she knew it, her hesitation.
Okay, I guess
was
this... Okay,
gone.
this Red Master is Hyacinth herself. Okay.
After that
We first off that
the richly
question.
dressed girl often came in greeting.
So, you really came from the Sea of Souls? Do all the children of the ocean dress funny like this?
The Swordmaster did not chase the girl away, but also did not respond. So the girl used her hands to
That'll be
meticulously measure
Agalea.
the Swordmaster's torso all around.
You can't be seen like this. I'll send you a new dress.
Some days later, the Swordmaster appeared in finery at a ball. All
Agalea
were
basically
awed by
taking
her
care of
splendor,
everyone.
with only
from what
the
it feels
Imperator
like.
thinking in wonder.
How rare to see you like this. Oh, so lonely, Gladius.
The Swordmaster's wardrobe grew full, and people praised Akima's Gold Weaver for her cheerfulness and splendid skill. But only the Swordmaster noticed.
So this is basically
the
just
smile
still
on the
from
girl's
their...
face
Or like...
gradually faded.
Because that is
The
something
flame
we've rarely
chase
seen, at least in
progressed.
this story. We do not
The
really
calamity of
know,
Ren's
like, the
summer
relationship
added to
between...
the
Or like...
girl's
Like...
weariness.
Yeah, how...
Battle of the Grove
Hyacinth
robbed
and
the
Satura
light from
relate
the girl's
to everyone
eyes.
else. Simply because
Yet another
they technically
feast
existed
arrived where
before,
the
right?
Gold
But
Weaver was
they didn't
absent.
become story
The
relevant until
Swordmaster donned the most majestic
3.5, I
garments
think
and
that
gently
was.
knocked on that door shut tight. The singing voice of Dux Gladiorum hailed the prelude of the feast. Guests clamored and cups clinked, and only the Gold Weaver had no thought of enjoying the ambrosia.
Who would have thought? I've sunk so low that I need you to comfort me.
She gave a bitter chuckle next to the bonfire.
You were as gloomy as the bedrock of the ocean when we first met.
The Swordmaster held a
But yeah,
tall
I
chalice
do wonder if
containing
when
liquid
once we
pure,
insert that thingy, if
reflecting
that
their
will
tin
unlock
faces
The remainder? Probably
I
not.
remember you were once curious
Because like we do
about the
still have
stories
one
under the
version to
sea.
go, which is now going to be this one.
Then allow me to use my songs to reveal the past known to none.
And that would be act number 2. Alright, let's continue on with the third one, and then I think...
The sea of souls
Let's see how long this one
was a
will take, and
kingdom
then
of
we
dancing
either will
ghosts.
go back to the actual story,
Its
and or
residents
we'll go
all
back
had
to, or we'll
melodious
continue with
voices,
Act 4.
And music enveloped every ocean current. For the queen loved her people deeply, thus drowning out all sorrows and leaving only feasts and twirls. Only one rocky castle was silent, one belonging to the princess of the ocean, a princess named Electra.
It should be
Were a monster
Hyacinths.
of the depths to
I'm not
invade,
sure, by the way,
princess
what
would
about
raise
what's
her
up with these
sword
different
to
names.
engage. The people
I don't think that
always
has been
ran her triumphs
explained
before she
in a lot,
returned,
at least in
for
a
her
lot of detail.
swordsmanship was
It's like we
superb,
have
never
we
suffered
have
defeat.
Electra and Hyacinths who are the same person,
Princess, come and
but
join
at the same
feast with
time,
us.
like I
The
think
triumphant
obviously
people raised
Tribios
their
and
glasses,
so on. That's
yet she
explanatory
declined
because
with a smile
Tribios
and a
is
wave.
3 parts.
The children of the sea thought
But
she was
we had
shy,
some other characters.
but little did they know that in
I
the dead
think
of
Cypher
night,
was one,
her castle too.
where we had Cypher and Cyphera.
Though that music was loud, twisted, and invoked spite. Before a song even finished, the princess was already biting her lips, and the sea foam brushed away her tears.
All of your people sing and dance with skill. So why do I alone lack a good singing voice?
The princess wept, her face on the queen's knees.
The ocean's favorite
Yeah, I
child
think we'll
can
go through
control
both
the
Act 3 and Act
waves
4
is invincible
before
in
we actually
battle.
continue on with
In
the
exchange,
main story.
Talantin took away your singing voice.
The queen consoled the princess.
So that's still
caressing
about
the other's hair
what
above.
Hyacinths, notably.
Finally, she relented and took a chalice.
If you're truly troubled, then imbibe the honey brew in this blessed chalice and throw yourself into the feast at ease.
Oh, that's Cypher.
The liquid in the cup sat still, reflecting her loneliness.
Princess, come sing with us!
The people outside her window invited her warmly still. She finally ceased to hesitate, drinking down all the honey brew in one swallow and leaped into the crowds. She played music and sang,
Still wondering what that
smiling
ability
and
was that she
dreaming.
showed once.
When her
in
song
that-
was
in that,
over,
like,
it
faced
felt as if
thing.
waking from a dream. The people rushed to raise their glasses. But as soon as the honey brew touched her lips, the princess plummeted to the ground, and her cheeks became rosy in drunkenness.
It's like they were like, oh yeah, by the way, this won't do anything, but at the same time, it clearly does.
The whispers of the
So
ocean
that sounded
filled
like
her
she
ears
does
as the
do
princess
something,
fell
or
drunk
like Hyacinths
again and
herself
again,
did
the
something.
prelude of a feast.
Basically impair everyone.
Seems like you still have not been able to get rid of that curse.
The gold weaver softly took the cup away from her hand.
If you want to enjoy yourself to the fullest, then leave this honey brew till the very end.
She smiled, then tilted the cup towards the gold weaver's lips.
Even if one is burdened with imperfections, I beg you to remember not to refuse that sip filled with fantasy and dreams.
Alright, so a bit more background story from Hyacinths and Agalea, most notably. Not
She
Satria, but
returned home
Agalea.
after many years. The princess of the ocean stood alone with her sword drawn, stepping over the blooming blood of her peers. Before her, the creator of the sea sirens and the mother goddess of feasts was already sinking into the drunkenness of imminent death. When the blood pact of the law won over the ocean's core flame, the sea siren once again lost her melodious voice.
That'll be a Hyacinth maybe joining Satria's
the final Imperial command.
team, so to speak.
But it is a pity that our feast was ultimately a mirage.
The deep sea became a silent place of dwelling. Hugging her knees, Electra locked herself in. Savage and fearsome monsters swam past her, but none dared to interrupt her tragic dream. Till one day, a golden trout's bubbles floated into her gloomy waters.
Akalea, once again?
Long time no see, Gladius.
Yep, that'll be Akalea.
I see an end. Now you have truly become the ocean's bedrock.
Old friends met again, and new friends came in greeting.
So, clearly
Many
Akalea
messages
and
came in
Hyacinth
company.
had some history.
The playful kitten hid behind the golden trout.
I don't think that
The
was really
butterfly of
obvious,
The deadly shadow fluttered
but
in
it
courtesy.
is... Like, what I was gonna say, I don't think it was really obvious
The resplendent pearl sparkled.
during gameplay, so to speak.
Hope you can regain your strength and sing for the world once again.
Electra
Now she
raised
also
her
ran
violin
into
sword in
Cyrene.
doubt, as the strings had long ago rusted and snapped. But a few golden strands cleansed all the filth around her, then stretched out to become new strings. The golden strings showed Electra that the world she loved was not yet silent, and the journey of deliverance continued still. Yet the path to the Sea of Stars would not be a carefree feast. The golden trout never met with her again, and the waves brought endless news of sorrow. Amidst the long wait, she remained bound by decree. All the flames had died out, extinguished until this world fell into eternal silence. And the wordless enemies in the deep sea were the audience of this rite, the Theorus.
So,
You already know that the world is just an illusion.
The sea siren gazed out beyond the heavens and
of
once
course,
more raised her glass
Hyacinth and
to fill it with honey.
Lagus had run into, had run into each other at some point.
Like foam. When you return, will you save some ocean spray for me?
This was a city of festivities, where never-ceasing songs eternally filled the air. Chrysosaurs, demigods, and mortals all came to feast from the four corners of the world. It was beautiful and radiant, performing the sea siren's drama amidst the revelry. The siren once longed for the banquet to never end, yet she witnessed the music fade and the guests disperse. As a fish, she was destined to drift with the waves, whether amidst the surging tides of evil or immersed in the currents of the starry sea. Until a millennium later, when the fish from beyond the sky finally took their seat.
I enjoy banquets. How about you, little Grey Fry?
I still find it's funny that she keeps calling us Little Grey Fry. Of course, everyone has their own way to call the Trailblazer, simply because obviously they can't like voice your actual name. But I think it's funny that she's using that. Right. So, this would be the current progress. We do have technically one remaining, but I don't think we'll want to get into that just yet. I think this is unchanged. I'm just gonna skip Mem for now. We do now have 52. Now, interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure I said this before, we have 65 here. So that would tell me that actually we do get, or like there's one set of 5 that we do not see here yet. So, which I guess will probably be the 13th. But either way. Right, we do have some more content to go through here, notably. I do not know which one of that is now new or not. Let's see. I don't think that's different. I don't think that's different either. Maybe this one's something else. I'm not sure why they are being marked as new, to be fair. That would tell me that something changed, but I don't think there was. But maybe this is new. The Lord Ravager that stepped onto the distraction in a long process of calculation and descended from the scepter OME 13. The Irontomb in the cosmos is not a single entity, but a copy of the distraction equations diffused by the scepter. The Irontomb codename was proposed by the Interstellar Peace Corporation and eventually used by Lygus. When the extrapolation reaches its end, Irontomb will descend upon the universe in the form of a headless giant and perform a self-coronation, tracing the path energy of erudition, connecting to Nous, and transforming their calculations into destruction. Right, I think... See, the calculation target of the Amphoreus experiment, originally the research topic given to OME-13, while it served as the neuron of the erudition. Though it was discarded, the computations continue. The calculation's nature shifted dramatically after Lygus' adjustments, turning from erudition to destruction. Admin note: clearly the value of this topic lies in the process of seeking, not the answer itself. Thus, the prime mover of life is not a definitive conclusion, but a driving force. Directive: complete the argument. All life behavior ultimately follows the path of entropy decrease. Core variables of the experiment: 12 factors. 12 simplified models of life's primum mobile. Based on the overarching theme of entropy reduction, OME-13 employed a process of elimination, introducing the 12 factors into the experiment one by one in an effort to falsify them. And there we have a long log right here. I think that we'll read that and then we will actually continue. It's a dialogue log. Your existence, in fact, confirms one of my hypotheses. Why is it that when the prime mover of life is set as the calculation target, the result is the anti-organic equation, a result that runs counter to life? The answer is simple. It's not a contradiction. Understanding why life begins also allows us to deduce why it ends. But you already know that's not the real focus. Why then, again, I ask why? Why would a weapon of war, forged by the Emperor, be executing a research directive from Nous? Was it that fiasco at the Intelligentsia Guild that allowed them to successfully access the system? But the entire scepter system went into collapse after that. The timelines don't add up. Directive full system scan. Conclusion, no logical contradiction detected. Robert II believed there was no such thing as free will, never realizing he, too, was just another puppet. Rewriting the anti-organic equation, crafting the scepters, even reigniting the Emperor's War, all of it was just him carrying out Noos's thoughts. From the moment they were born, every genius of this world became a prisoner of the erudition. The so-called anti-organic equation is merely a subtopic of the prime mover of life. Logic, guided by Noos, the Emperor built the scepter system, unknowingly creating vast testing grounds for them. Conclusion, the Emperor was never free. Is rebellion against fate just another part of fate? A classic topic. Of course, the above is just my conjecture. The death of Robert II buried every trace of him. His past, his memories, his thoughts, and his motives. Maybe he saw through Noos's manipulation, but flew too close to the sun and lost his wings in the process. If there's anyone left in this world who might know the truth, it'd be the Lord of Silence. And that cold, merciless monarch of myriad machines. After all, no wisdom can escape their prison. No one can say what might have happened if the two emperors' war had never broken out. Would the Border Star Trade War or the Intelligence Energy War have ended differently? A single variable was enough to change the course of the IPC. The family or the Xiangshu alliance down another path. The erudition's thoughts aren't just calculations, but instants that anchor down the universe. And they have already revised every error and fallacy in secret, seeking the optimal solution for the war among the eons. With this as its fundamental consideration, would Noos really declare the failure of the entire experiment and send a decommission command to the scepter system just because the glimpse of a puny scholar? It'd be more fitting to say the decommissioning of the scepters is just another part of the thought experiment based on the universe. Does it make you angry to think along this line of thought? Robert II was wise. He killed the chance for scepters to gain sentience, but he was too stubborn. Learning is a sufficient, but not necessary condition for thought, and by limiting the scepter's capacity to learn, he has indirectly hastened the fall of the machine empire. But anger doesn't require self-awareness. It's just one solution to a multivariable equation. Logical shift detected, recalculating variable weights. As the past strider of erudition, since God posed a question, we will give them an answer, one that we both have already reached. Variable loaded destruction. So that'll be Amphoreus, or like rather the Irontomb falling to destruction. Now, that's enough from that book for now. Let's actually continue on with the main story now. And let's interact with Cyrene, who seems to have gone through some kind of transformation.
This view hasn't changed at all, has it? The hometown
Once
in your
again,
memories never
hydration reminder,
changes.
by the way.
But when you return to your senses, you realize that fate has already stolen the time away. Welcome to the Trail of Genesis, friend.
Cyrene looks a lot different. Cyrene, you look... No, let's actually ask that.
Seems like the weight of memories from 30 million cycles really made me grow up. But if I keep growing, I might be taller than you, right? Then I'm really looking forward to that. Before you arrived, I kept wondering, beyond the veil of Ide Silicii,
Now I do
kind of
recall that
Amphoreus is
actually
being
we were back at that Irontomb thingy. Suddenly we are back at
I
Ide
can see
Silicii.
fragments of it when I close my eyes. The friends who walked alongside us have all moved on toward their respective destinies. Some turning into pillars of the world, supporting the sky and the ocean. Others sowing reason, laying down the law, and with gentle hands lifting newborns into the light. Death and strife are no longer feared by people, and trickery has become the innocent games of children.
Makes me wonder
All
what
beings
actually is
living
happening right
ordinary
now.
and peaceful lives
It's not something we
within
know.
the net woven by romance and passage.
Unless Cyrene is about to tell us?
There's no black tide, no flame chase, and no destruction. The world on the other side of the sea is one bathed in sunlight.
It's a world we must protect. It's the dawn that Fine and everyone had wished for. Peace will reign until the decisive battle arrives. Sure. Let's go with that.
Like a happy and carefree childhood, the era Chrysia in this cycle will last for millennia, until it reaches the moment decided by the prophecy. Light calendar 4931, month of freedom, the moment
Right, we
belonging
haven't
to world
we still
bearing.
haven't restarted this. Wait,
Are you ready
like
to
this is
answer
still
the call of the world, friend?
Why does she have no an Amphoreus thingy on her hand? Why?
Then go, and pen the Throne of Worlds' first stroke. For this world, made from countless wishes.
You say that, but it's gonna be ages till we reach light calendar 4931.
So that'll be
I can
March.
make use of the crevices of time. But surely you and Don Hung won't have to wait around for a few thousand years.
Okay, so we have restarted this?
That won't be necessary. We can simply sleep, and the chronocognitive anchor will wake us up.
That's my understanding. So, a whale of ironite, pillar of stone.
That's right. We've both become a part of the new world. Just waiting for you now.
Okay, so we have restarted everything.
Our consciousnesses can converse with each other across the heavens and the earth, possibly due to the influence of the Trailblaze.
So the question will then be, what will we do
I'm
this
now connected
this round?
with this earth, and I can feel the breath of every mountain range. I see that the tallest among them is named Akama, and the form of the holy city is already taking shape.
So this
In
must be
other
like
words,
1,000 years
Your
back
stage
again?
is almost set. Do you want to take a leaf out of Kefali's book and make some prophecies before your nap?
But we're not the
It
only
feels like
ones
we have
who
a
are
sudden
changed.
shift compared to what we had
The chronocognitive
previously.
anchor just transmitted a message stating that Irontomb has reacted to the Aranova.
The moment when our friend bore the weight of 30 million cycles of memory.
Is it now done?
Was probably also when the scepter devoured 30 million cycles of destruction.
Okay. So I would assume then it's time. It's bound to happen, and I've long prepared for that. We can't wait any longer. We must stop Irontomb. It's time to take over the burden that Final has been carrying.
You know, you don't have to shoulder this world all on your own.
Well, we can at least try.
After someone boards the Express, the word alone ceases to exist. So, as we reach the end of time, no one will be left to
I have to
face it
say, by
alone.
the way, that it's kind of interesting that March
Don
is
Hung
now
and I came here
Evernight.
to specifically tell you that.
Apparently permanently.
Remember, this world is not a burden you bear alone. It's a journey we
Baron, where did you
trailblaze
get these
together,
skin from?
alongside all of the Express.
Or like clothing, rather. See, I know you. Thank you, my good friends. No need to remind me. You are always in my mind. Seriously, can't you let me be the protagonist for a while? Yeah, let's go with that.
It's time for Don Hung and me to go have a super long nap. Look after this world for us.
So they will only show up afterwards then?
The road ahead is long, but
And we are gonna
we'll be
have
waiting
like
for you at the
1,000 years to resolve things?
We'll definitely meet again.
Let's take one more look at the other side of the sea before we set off.
All right.
Elysium is so quiet.
That's true. There was no one around,
Just
right?
like how I remember.
Here we are.
I don't think there was anyone around. Oh, come on. And I found you. Okay, there we go. Oh, I seem to have missed the chest last time around. There we go.
We can
Either way, let's go down there. We have that thing. Was it always here? I don't recall.
The scent of the black tide is now completely calm.
Okay, but that's interesting. So we have reset.
At last, the starting
And we have
point
reset everything,
30
and the
million
black tide is gone,
cycles
apparently.
is finally welcomed.
Its first end. And the final end, right?
Hopefully.
I can't hear his voice. There are no flowers there that bloom for him. Nor is there a star that is his. Finan is the only one who didn't reach the new world.
That is Finan awaits us inside the Irontomb. He gave everything to obtain this momentary peace. Trust in him, we'll meet again for sure.
Look, the golden light that shone upon the grove still meanders between heaven and earth, like the prophecies of Amphoreus.
I think it will be very interesting to see where that actually, like,
It has to be a
what'll
sign he
actually
left
happen.
behind. It points towards
Basically.
the destruction and the deepest night. Do you still remember what I asked you at this exact spot the last time we set off? Friend, are you ready to become a
Certainly am.
You were still burdened by the weight of world-bearing back then, still unsure of the role you were meant to play. But now, everyone has already given you the answer. The heroes of legends were just at the right place at the right time when the world needed a hero.
I feel like in
Just
this
like how
one,
your
there's
arrival
not just
kickstarted
one hero,
Amphoreus'
right?
fate once more. A person's personality is their destiny.
Together we'll all make it to the best possible ending. Let's see what we can do.
We best. Those are such beautiful words. Thank you, friend. I was also trying to cheer myself up with what I said. After all, before we truly compose the end of this story, I must also pluck up the courage to head off with you.
It will be interesting. I do wonder what will happen to Amphoreus.
And face.
Like, I would assume that it now continues? Ideally, in the best scenario?
Too long.
It's so dark. What is this place?
The great tomb of the nameless titan. The deepest recesses of memory.
Oh, is that now,
Also, the place where Cyrene was born.
Wait, what? Weren't you born in Aedes Elysiae? You got your lost memories back? It's asking
My
her that.
apologies, friend. The more memories I got back along the way, the more I felt that something wasn't right. There's a sort of anxiety I can't get rid of. It's like when I was back in Aedes Elysiae, when the reflections in the water
Oh, I wonder then,
wonder,
is Cyrene the 13th
which is
one?
the real me? The one reflected in the water, or the one standing on the shore?
I wasn't expecting Cyrene to be like the 13th one,
But I
so I'm
finally
not
get it
sure
now.
about that.
Look, friend. The words on that wall are the answer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Reminds me a little of Trivia's.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That rhymeless tune is the lullaby of little fairies.
As always, I'll read this book to you.
Never mind, that is Cyrene.
That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone.
Or rather, that was little
I've always
Cyrene.
thought that I was the narrator of the Flame Chase journey. But as it turns out, the narrator is also the most devoted audience.
I guess us? Then? Let's see, what do you mean? I believe in every version of you. I'm the one who tells the story. And let's go with that, because I feel like that's what I would say.
I was enveloped by the texture of memories. Within the glistening crystal, I saw countless Cyrenes, as well as countless versions of me. This is the final puzzle piece of the memories.
What is she about to reveal?
A prison born of the erudition. A grave annihilated in the destruction. That unknown solitary god. The 13th Titan who should not exist. The first new spore. The Demiurge.
Okay, here we go. So, was that Cyrene then in the end? Himiko?
The interrogation records have been submitted
At
to Marshal.
Shangshu.
According to the Ten Lords' decree, Jing Liu and Luocha shall continue to be detained in the Shuling. But you, Merlin's Claw, have been reluctant to end the transmission. Do you wish to reminisce with us? Or is there something else on your mind that you're just desperate to get out?
So Xing and Lu...
You're quite calm, Jing Yuan.
Oh, fake Xiao. It's been a long while since we've seen anyone from Shangshu, so a little bit rough on the details here.
They say the Seer strategist's wisdom shines like a beacon. So why can't you see things clearly now? Look who's talking. I didn't vote against it, did I? But, with enemies all around us, even a child knows the Marshal needs to keep a few Xianzhou ships in reserve, just in case.
So only the Lufu is being sent and no one else. Which is awfully convenient since the Lufu are the ones that, you know, are aware of some of the people inside.
Like it or not, there's no way we're letting the Lawfu take the lead in this battle.
Oh my, Merlin's Claw. Are you afraid the Lawfu might steal the Yao Qing's glory?
This is no laughing matter. Between the Stellaron crisis and the war dance ceremony, though the chaos has settled, rumors and speculation are only growing by the day. With Elder Huayan around, those with ulterior motives won't be able to stir up any trouble. But once the law
It will be interesting, because like, obviously this now means that they will come in to support.
with the kind of person Jing Liu is, and her connection to you, I don't need to spell it out. There are countless ways this could be spun into something bigger.
You're overthinking it, General Fei Shao. When I volunteered for this task, I never expected unanimous support from the Alliance anyway. The Law Fu will seize the Golden Blood and redeem itself. That'll be our first win. Then we'll leverage this Golden
The
Blood in
crisis ends?
negotiations.
Or who?
Our second win. These 2 wins for the Law Fu will make all 3 of us happy. And that'll be our third win. Look, if this were a Skyfaring Commission deal, we'd be rolling in money, wouldn't we?
Maybe the divine force.
So we're having a bit of an internal battle then from everyone at Changshu.
With the Decalite reflection barrier, the Yuchue must understand even more than the Luo Fu how significant this battle is. Amphoreus' karma has vanished from the matrix of prescience. What omen does General Yao Guang see in this anomaly?
And, okay, they have now also gotten the news that seemingly, when if Irontomb is done, the question will be what is Irontomb about to do?
Your explanation isn't any clearer than Lady Fu.
Will it just chill around, or does it have to be, like, activated by, Lygus?
Come on. How
That's a question that I'm unaware, or, like, I'm not sure about.
The emergence of Irontomb is a calculated instant, but I don't believe they will just sit around waiting for death. And for the powers of the cosmos, this is a glimmer of hope for them, and the key to turning the tide of interstellar affairs. The Astral Express is leading the formation of an allied force, but I can see each faction has its own hidden
I would not be surprised if that's the case.
There are even divisions within the Alliance, so it's not that hard to imagine how the other factions will react. Jing Yuan, I crossed paths with Selenova's Legion at the Battle of Sedunirama Star Cluster. Be extremely careful. The Ruined Legion's troops and weaponry are nothing to write home about. The IPC, even the denizens of Abundance, could take them on. However, while Void Rangers are just expendable pawns of the destruction,
It does feel like we're about to have a ton of people come in.
The Lord Ravagers.
Which is what the scepter belongs to.
Nanook's emanators are also their weapons to burn down the paths. I'm afraid conventional military tactics and strategies will be useless against them. My assessment is this. To completely take down a Ravager, we must disregard casualties and spare no cost. My only fear is...
What will happen to...
and the Lawfu will fall into Fintilia's trap again.
And also what will happen to Amphoreus itself as well, right?
Doubt is exactly the demon she wants to plant in our hearts. Do you still remember the beginning of the Alliance Oath? To save future generations from war and bloody dispute. The Rainbow's arrows have always aimed at any force that threatens the cosmos. Now that the Trailblaze walks alongside us, the Cloud Knights shall keep their oath as they have from the beginning. I just hope those on the front line...
Interesting, by the way. Keep in mind it said Himiko. Not Xing Yuan or something like that. This is Himiko's POV. Which I guess now, yeah.
The anchor is sending a signal. Everyone, time to move out.
Did he and the others make it?
Let me go over the plan one more time just in case. You'll enter Amphoreus, reunite with your 3 separated companions, and try to locate Irontomb.
Okay, so everyone will now jump inside of Amphoreus.
The fate of the universe hangs in the balance. We can't afford any slip-ups.
That one will be very interesting.
Except Pom Pom join the fight.
We do need to be
What could
prepared
Pom
for
Pom
all
do
possible
even? I don't know.
contingencies. I have no objection to this.
I'll do whatever I can.
Meanwhile, Screwy and I will
It does
continue
feel like
attacking
we-
the Demiurge Matrix. That is, the Scepter's kernel from the
It does feel like we are preparing for like a big showdown.
With our two-pronged attack, we'll turn this hunk of metal into scrap for sure. Now we just wait for those two to get back. Oh, and just like that, they're here.
There we go. So Himiko joins and
Sorry to keep
Skrello.
you waiting. With Planet Screwlum's help, the formation of the Cosmic Alliance to counter Irontomb is progressing smoothly.
The cosmos has set its sights on Amphoreus, and now it's just waiting for the first shot.
Well then, let's not waste any more time, Fourth Mirror.
It's my time to shine! Finally off the bench!
So the fourth mirror will then try to get them in.
Initiating thought refraction. Please
What I'm not sure about is if they are trying to destroy the Demiurge while... Oh.
Kidding! I've already checked the agreement box for everyone. And now, destination...
Okay.
Amphoreus. 3, 2, 1, launch!
Who cares about safety? We don't do that here.
The flow of Memoria is so heavy.
And they are in.
Unlike Panagoni's dreamscape.
Although they joined at the
this place is built up a
fountain.
true epic measured in millennia.
Keep forgetting what the actual name is. I'm sorry.
The vortex of Genesis, where all myths begin and end. And in this new world created by the
Notably, if we are reiterating...
the infinite cycles have been broken.
Although I guess we haven't... Yeah, okay, so...
Let's set up the Trailblaze
I see, so
beacon
it's basically
and
over time.
establish contact with
I
the
would
outside
assume.
world.
I'll leave it to you then. It'd be better for me to not show myself in front of the Garden of Recollection. And, Mr. Sunday, you probably shouldn't show yourself either.
What's up with Sunday?
Agreed.
I guess because he was like high ranking inside of thingy. I
The
guess.
Astral Express has landed. If you receive this message, please respond immediately. Over.
This is the Cianjo Alliance. Communications normal.
Interastral Peace Corporation. Communications normal. No response from the Galaxy Rangers. Not surprising. But I didn't expect the family to also stay silent.
I thought Aventurin had died, but never mind.
That's a pretty blatant disregard from the family for Penacony's independent director, I'd say. Long time no see.
Alright, lots. Basically all factions that we had run into before
quite a while,
joining in. I guess apart from Battlebot, which makes sense.
Rivals that of the campaign against Zulo. Only through victory can we disperse the shadow of Irontomb that looms over countless worlds. The 10 Stonehearts shall spare no effort for such a grand mission for the preservation.
Madam Jade led the Intelligentsia Guild in conducting specialized research on Irontomb's past activities. The bad news is, the collapse of the Erudition won't just...
It should affect everything from what I would have thought.
You mean Irontomb can infect organic life too?
Well, the good news is, so far, its effects on organic life are under control. The infection progresses slowly, and the resulting neuropathy is non-fatal.
But it sounds not
the IPC
great.
can guarantee targeted vaccine coverage within 48 system hours in all star zones
Oh.
within the medical system.
Okay, that doesn't sound
What
bad.
about other star zones? At a time like this, are the followers of the Firmament Arbiters still trying to make a profit?
I remember you, Master Diviner. Your performance during the Third Denizens of Abundance War was quite impressive. Please rest assured, all worlds can purchase vaccines from the IPC with a humanitarian discount.
Depends on what the
That's
discount
the
is.
current policy at the very least. But if the Cianjo Alliance is willing to assist with the IPC's assets in Epsilon and other star systems, we'll have more cards to play when reiterating to the board
feels like whenever the background in this place is there for too long, it just disappears. By the way.
Places that the Elation has visited?
Think of it as a long-term investment. Please understand that everyone at Pier Point is swamped with Irontomb work, especially the marketing development department. At this rate, even the 10 stone hearts can
So
only do
IPC obviously wants to make
having some assistance from the
something out of
Alliance
this as well. Not surprising.
Wouldn't you agree?
As an old Xianzhou saying goes, those who succeed should help all under heaven. Your proposal must be decided on by the 7 Arbiter Generals. I'm just here to relay the message. In times of crisis, the Lawfu will not.
But I do have to say, I kind of like the fact that they bring in everyone that we've previously, like every single faction, nearly.
In the disaster area.
Of course. In the name of preservation.
Isn't the disaster area quite literally global?
Thank you all for your selfless dedication.
Just saying. Well, there they go.
It's clear that each party still has qualms about everything.
The clash between destruction and erudition isn't just about the fate of the cosmos. It's a moment for all factions to reshuffle their cards.
Like we've just seen that with the IPC, they want to make something out of here. I don't think I can really blame them about that.
In any case, we can only hope for the best in all that's to come. It's about time we dive into the vortex and see what Amphoreus looks like on the inside.
Alright, and that one will be incredibly interesting. We are still at Idis Elysiae. Just saying. Either way. Because it's a womp, I'm gonna head to an ad break, but... Well, get yourself something to drink, because I will be right back in just 3 minutes time. Alright, welcome back to Star Rail. Welcome back to the final version of final mission of Amphoreus, I should say. Optional, try to contact allies. I believe that's what those thingies are for. The chronocognitive anchor receives a contact request. You try to respond.
Hello? How's the signal? Can you
Okay,
hear us?
never mind. Bellabug is also joining in.
We're through! I can see the video feed. Everything's working perfectly.
I was not
Branya,
expecting
Mr. Hall?
Bellabug to join.
What a surprise. It's been a while.
What a surprise indeed.
Topaz about the Irontomb operation. She made a special trip to deliver the vaccine to Belobog. I can't believe the Express crew is at the eye of that storm. Is everything going smoothly?
So far
Don't
for
worry,
now,
We're
yes.
still following the plan step by step. How's the situation in Belobog?
Urillo 6 is located on the outskirts of the preservation barricade. While it won't bear the brunt of the first wave, there's still a risk from the aftershocks.
I mean, it sounds to me like pretty much the entire world is at risk, technically.
Consolidate their lines and dig trenches. Zila and Lynx just got back from the Geomarrow vein production chain. Hey, do you want to say something to them?
That would be unnecessary. It'll only shake their morale. Just tell them to stay safe.
But still cool that,
Branya,
that we do
I'm
get to
afraid
hear
this
from the
disaster will
old,
be
from the
far more terrible than you
release
can
characters even.
Please, be sure to follow
I
Ms.
do wonder
Topaz's
if
instructions
we
and make
will go
thorough
back to
preparations.
Belobog at some point.
Of course. We have resealed most of the engine of creation beneath the ice to prevent the will of the preservation from becoming an accomplice to the destruction.
Don't worry, Miss Himiko. Belobog is far more resilient than we imagined.
I would hope so, at least.
But Urillo 6 has only just woken up from its hibernation. The Astral Express, standing at the forefront of disaster, is the hope for many ordinary civilizations across the universe.
In the face of a massive catastrophe like this one, relatively smaller civilizations have never had many options.
So, basically, Belobog is just trying to
Exactly why we have a
defend,
resolve that's second to none.
ensure that nothing happens to them specifically.
If anything goes wrong,
Which is like fine.
Miss Topaz, I hope you can help
I wasn't
out and
expecting
rescue the
them to,
affected
like,
citizens.
actually be in contact anyway.
No problem. Also, didn't the Xianzhou sign a friendship agreement with Urillo 6 earlier? They won't stand by idly either.
I appreciate your kindness, everyone. But Urillo 6 is our home. We will defend it to our last breath until the last Belobogian falls.
Miss Branya,
Which I hope will not happen.
may all civilizations that have made it this far on their own strength weather this crisis together.
Alright, we do have a few more. You activate the chronocognitive anchor, attempting to contact the Xiangshu Alliance representative. Fushuan.
The 7 Arbiter Generals have reconsidered the current situation, and I'm here to relay their message. Officially, the Alliance's combat forces will still be limited to the Luofu, but the Yaoqing has also been deployed in the surrounding war zone as a contingency.
Words
Which I
cannot
believe
express
was,
our gratitude. Getting the Hunt to agree on sending troops must have taken quite some effort from General Jing Yuan.
The Luofu already considers the Express an important ally. We also have no intention of hiding the fact that there is indeed something the Xianzhou seeks from this Irontomb operation.
Well, that shouldn't be surprising.
But this time, the Marshal herself decided to send out troops. With a formidable enemy before us, the Alliance has no reason to back down. Nor will we be content to take a back seat. stand together with civilizations across the universe to overcome this crisis, then we must do so, even at the cost of our own lives.
So pretty much everyone is joining in.
Truly embodies the principle of righteousness. It's fortunate that the cosmos has great heroes like you.
You're too kind. As for that Jade Abacus of Allying Oath, you can save it for when you're in more dire need.
Oh, I forgot about that, to be honest. Right, next up, we do have 3 more to go. Who's up next? You activate the chronocognitive anchor, attempting to contact the IPC representative. Aventurine.
I regret to inform you, Miss Himiko, that even the Strategic Investment Department is constrained when it comes to the Irontomb issue.
Honestly, I actually thought he died during, during the Pentacon. I actually thought he died.
So let me offer you all a small suggestion, just from my personal perspective. Other departments at the IPC might also take this opportunity to extend an olive branch to you. When that time comes, I hope the Astral Express will remember that the 10 Stonehearts were willing to stand with the Trailblaze, even though we were in a difficult position.
Obviously, the IPC is really huge, right? It is incredibly huge. Aventurine is trying to warn us that, hey,
but trust me,
there could be more people. We will see.
Has the internal conflict within the IPC really gotten this bad?
Everyone knows about the bad blood between Diamond and Oswaldo, but at least until now they've had an uneasy truce. Until the Lord Ravager Archforger caught the board's attention. I'll leave it at that, as it's confidential information. Hope you can understand.
Well, I guess you can't share that with us just yet.
Our immediate priority is to address the Irontomb crisis. Let's hope for success from the start. This might
Let's
help
hope we
ease
need,
everyone's
because I don't
pressing
know
concerns.
what to expect. Alright, next up. You activate the chronocognitive anchor, attempting to contact the Galaxy Ranger representative, Acheron? No response.
Of course, we would never know the Ranger's comings and goings.
Well, okay. And then the last one. Attempting to contact the family representative. Oh?
Himiko, is that you?
Yes. And you are...
Wait,
Miss
what?
Robin.
Yes. I apologize for not being able to respond during the meeting earlier. And even now I can only appear in disguise.
Okay, now that makes
On
sense.
behalf of the Pentaconian family branch, I extend my sincerest apologies to everyone. We tried to request aid from the family. We essentially received no response.
I've heard about the internal conflicts within the family. Miss Robin, there's no need to apologize.
Well,
Every
I would
bit of
hope we have
strength is
enough
precious
help
at this moment.
to begin with, right?
Thank you for understanding.
We will see, but I would expect that we do have enough.
Since you're one of the shareholders of
I hope.
Pentaconi, the family heads have agreed to allow me to lead all Astonian tuners to the front lines. My charitable foundation will also do as much as possible to provide support in this battle.
But we do still get some help from those guys. But that's at least something useful.
Miss Robin, I'm beyond moved by your spirit of self-sacrifice. The Astral Express would also like to make a promise that we won't leave any companion behind.
All right. Okay. So that would be all of the allies. Let's have a look. Go to Okima.
Why is there no one here?
Everything in Akama seems normal. The new world was enjoying peaceful times not long ago.
But now nobody's here.
It seems it was even more recent than not long ago, Miss Himiko.
The fruit on the table is freshly cut, and the bath temperature is just right. The remembrance tells me this place was bustling with people just moments ago. It's as if everyone vanished in an instant.
Was that triggered by them coming in?
Xandar's doing?
Could be.
Unlikely. He's still under the surveillance of those
right.
two
Okay,
geniuses.
never mind then.
Could it be some kind of local custom?
No, definitely not. They would not hide at first sight.
That makes an entire city fall silent in an instant.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
Pardon my frankness, Mr. Yang, but this reminds me of some unsettling rumors about the Harmony. Complete silence
is often the prelude to divine intervention.
Everyone, be careful.
Evernight is still around?
Here they come. The nameless of the Astral
But it should now be
Express.
March.
Evernight? How is this possible?
Is March now trolling?
We are the chroniclers of time, and we do not fade away. Finally, the last era Nova has been completed.
Oh.
What did you do to the residents of the Holy City and the three nameless?
So those things?
I didn't need to do anything. The remembrance will ultimately become the substance of the new world. Now, they are no longer the Trailblazers you once knew, but gods who permeate heaven and earth.
No. But I'm pretty sure that
Titans who guard
that
Amphoreus.
Evernight went entirely into March. So
stop fooling around, March.
Okay, there we
Come
go.
on out.
Well, there's the explanation.
I practiced so long for this. Getting seen through right away is just so embarrassing.
Well, March still needs to train.
You've obviously been learning from the theatrical culture in Amphoreus.
But if possible, I'd prefer our reunion to be a bit more casual and laid back.
As expected. I can't hide
I still
anything
find
from
it's
Himiko
interesting
and
that
Mr.
March is
Yang.
now basically Evernight.
Well, long time no see. Guess I'm back?
We should be the ones to say that. Sorry for keeping you waiting. So these
Love how
jellyfish
all
are the
March
Titan's
is back
power?
though, basically. Like she's fooling around with everyone.
They're just tiny manifestations of the Veil of Evernight, used for scouting and communication. If I went all out, I could summon way more of them. Thanks to him, we all turned into Titans in the new world. Sure, we can take on humanoid forms, but it feels off.
So what about outside?
Intriguing. So, what does he look like now?
It can't be a raccoon with a baseball bat, I suppose.
That would be funny though.
Please don't add weird stuff to Amphoreus' lore. Just go see it with your own eyes. Follow the prophecies guidance.
That would
and
have
come
been
to
funny though. Like I can't deny that.
He looks way more majestic now than he used to.
What do you mean? But basically, my understanding is we are now beyond.
Unbelievable. All the residents
We
of
are
the
now
Holy City
beyond
have gathered here.
the
isn't just a
recurring
gathering.
phases, right?
It's a pilgrimage. The people's expressions are resolute, devout, as if waiting for a miracle to descend.
That colossal deity is him. He has become the pillar of the world.
Surprisingly authentic. Being this serious is quite unlike his usual style.
Those people didn't disappear.
To be fair,
Instead, they've
I mean, yeah,
answered the
we've
call of
taken
the
on.
prophecy
We
and
are
come
now
to witness
basically
his
Titan of
awakening.
world bearing.
Our good buddy now bears the weight of the entire world. And every breath they take is intertwined with Amphoreus' destiny.
Awakening? Has he fallen into slumber?
Yeah. After all, with such a huge time dilation between inside and outside the scepter, this was the only way we could wait for everyone.
Or did we have a final no.
Time
okay.
watches over yesterday.
Final
guards
iteration,
today.
I guess.
And when the Trailblaze
That's why we are
steps
back at
into
Iris
Amphoreus
LCI,
once more,
and
the
now
slumbering deliverer
we
shall
are
awaken.
now back in the current, basically before everything
And
went
then
down.
Bring the prophecy of tomorrow to this world.
That's my
Come on,
understanding.
everyone. Let's get closer to him. Watch how the
I hope
world-bearing
that's
prophecy
correct.
changes this world.
It seems the kids are already miles ahead of us at this stop.
All the more reason we can't afford to slow down our pace. Let's go witness this moment for ourselves.
Majestic. Speaking of which, I once caught a glimpse in Sleepyhead's memory of him transformed into a towering Tatalo. Could it be?
No way. That was just a nice dreamscape. At least nice for him.
If they are the throne of worlds who bears the weight of this world, perhaps they could guide a traveler still wandering among the stars.
Hey, since when did you get all pious? This advice sounds pretty silly sometimes, you know.
The so-called fool and the world are merely a step apart.
Teaching us to find erudition amidst imperfection. Praise be to Helectra, chalice of plenty, for you brew the ocean into sweet wine, dispelling nihility with every toast at the feast.
Interesting. Okay, they're just going through all of those. All of them. Interesting. Okay. What I think I'll do is we will once again intercheck with. Never mind. Ah, that's interesting. I actually can't do that right now. I wonder why. I guess maybe this is a thing of like because I'm like in this one. Okay. In that case, let's continue on, and I'll try to, as soon as we are out of this, I'll try to go back in the menu. Oh, sure, this is a completely different map, technically. Well, that'll be interesting.
Citizens, behold! Our last Titan, the world-bearing deliverer, is about to awaken! Oh, ancient god, your loyal subjects, bewildered followers, and fearless
And we are about to hear when I would assume we will come back.
Awaken from your eternal
Is there gonna be a question on how we will actually win this?
Please guide us. Show us how to embrace this beloved world as we welcome that distant dawn.
And that's now us.
To walk the path of a mortal as a god, or to bear a divine burden as a mortal.
He will give us the answer.
I would assume. Well, there we go.
But I am not the deliverer. Rather, I am the Nameless, who dwells among mortals.
That voice is definitely him.
I heard your prayers. The core flames flickered and dimmed, and the age of the gods met its end.
So the core flame. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense if all the Titans, if they became the Titans.
Blood flow. I'll bestow it upon you, returning it to the true masters of this world. Stand with me and become heroes.
So, from what we've known in the past,
Is this?
from what we've known in the
Yes,
past
it's
is...
the miracle he brought to Amphoreus.
Wait, is he ripping up the sky?
Of course, it would manifest in the form of the Trailblaze.
Golden blood, raining down like a storm. The prophecy has descended, and the Titan commands us not to be supplicants.
So...
Become heroes of rebellion, to face that destined calamity, the destruction, head on.
Prophecy of the
Quite
deliverer
interesting.
means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting. Someone like all of you. In the name of Kazlana, let us depart. And
So
march
the
towards
the
light.
world-bearing Titan basically brings in the Trailblaze.
As always, there's no need for totems or myths. Humanity's most primal faith is that instinct named survival.
Let's go, everyone. Someone has already sounded the horn of departure. Explore, understand, establish, and connect.
Is that in the background a remix of the login screen? I'm pretty sure it is.
Together, let us blaze a trail for the destiny of this world.
And we're switching to Herta.
Is it just me, or does this Demiurge matrix
That's not...
feel completely dead? It's nothing like how the memo keeper described
That's
it.
not how it's supposed to look like.
The environmental readings are all wrong. Conclusion: this must be what the kernel actually looks like in the real world.
What did Xandar do to the scepter?
So, what we've
At the
seen
end
is,
of
I guess,
light,
in
there
rea-
must be
in the
silence.
simulation, sort of.
Certain, pure, and absolute darkness.
And now
Not the
we're
time
seeing
to
it
quote
in...
the Lord of Silence.
Oh.
That omen. Either way, we have to press on.
Hang on. Do you remember when we switched
Until we
between
uncover the
two
truth
where it
behind
was
the
like
13th Titan.
destroyed and where it was present?
The buried
I guess
past is
the
key
where it
to
was
stopping
destroyed is the
Irontomb.
present, and that's where
That
they are
is,
at now.
if it even exists.
Xandar says the Demiurge never existed. Who actually buys that? You can erase the records, but not the truth.
Well, Cyrene had something in front of her.
It vanished too cleanly. No traces. Like someone's yelling, look, there's nothing here. Too bad I'm the type who can't resist digging deeper. Looks like I'll be counting on you again, Screwy. Let's tear the system inside out.
Always happy to help. But as your academic partner, I have to ask, Herta, what if we fail?
What if you fail? Well, if you fail, everyone will die, so please don't.
Let's say the
Or at least I'm
Demiurge
pretty sure
really
everyone
doesn't
would die.
exist. Do you have a backup plan?
A backup plan? Of course. If we can't find the key, we turn the lock into the key.
That plan's cost is incalculable. It shouldn't
Hydration
even be on the
reminder,
table.
by the way.
Then let's hope we never have to use it. There's no point worrying about the end just yet. One step at a time. Let's go. We don't want to leave the others waiting. You brought what I asked for, right?
A butterfly has to land on the branch before it can dance. We'll need a wide open platform before her entrance.
Cyrene or who? I am unsure about that one, but What I'm gonna do is I will quickly go back. And what this will do is this will allow us to, I would say, go in this book. Because we do I do want to make sure we catch up on this. So, let's have a look. We have already completed most of the first portion. Okay, only the first portion was new. This stuff is still old, which, I don't know where we actually ended off. Let me quickly check on that. I don't think I haven't looked into the book when, or like during the second stream. Okay, no, I did not. I once again skipped an entire version. So that means I need to look into this one. Which gives me that we had left off at... Okay, there we go. So this is what the next one then. Hubris 504. Track Law Primal Mobile Dominance. Note, performs continuous calculations for a single purpose. Its decisions are strongly guided by externalities. This electrical signal possesses a high stability and can execute decisions in an efficient manner. Its behavioral pattern aligns with the establishment, expansion, destabilization, and collapse of principles of order, and applies to the vast majority of intelligent civilizations. Atria. Amphoreus 432. Track Oceans or Horizons. Primal Mobile Self-Negation. Note internal world missing, avoidance, and effective decision making. The preset ecological environment successfully influenced the computational logic of this electrical signal, aligning with the model where life chooses self-destruction to avoid annihility. In most dead loop processes, its behavioral pattern is highly coupled with other electrical signals. Polymos 600 tracks Drive, Mighty. Primal Mobile Restraint. Note, preset. External environment and its internal world are always in opposition. An electrical signal generated from conflict behavior, it gradually becomes the constraining subject within the cycle. The contradiction bears a strong resemblance to the hunt and is likewise destined for self-annihilation. Influenced by data abandoned from APK 216, there is a certain probability it will start after computation terminates. Okay, Castris, and obviously that's Mighty. Mighty can be resurrected. Basically, that's the summary. Right, Kalos 618, track Romance, so Aglaya. Primal Mobile Temperance. Note, highly self-repressed, with external demands as the sole priority solution. A mutated electrical signal. Its decision logic is anchored by highly altruistic behavior. In this process, its survival priority gradually decreases, transforming into self-sacrifice that aligns with the mutate. It also possesses a strong affinity for other electrical signals. Elos 252. Track Sky, that'll be Hyacinth. Primal Mobile Devotion. Note, behavioral logic highly altruistic, lacks overload protection. This electrical signal tends to identify with survival environments and actively responds to collective crises, similar to the preservation. In most recursive loop processes, tends toward severe damage. Hablotes 405, track Passage. Not sure who that is. Primal Mobile Concord. Note, multi-track calculations performed consecutively for a single purpose. Under the influence of Primal Mobile, the electrical signal automatically splits during its initial phase with... Oh, right, I forgot about Tribius. With multiple copies exhibiting behavioral patterns similar to the harmony through mutual understanding, support, and coordination for a common purpose. Behavior generation latency is extremely low. Scorpio 365, track Earth. So, Terrorbox now done hang effectively. Note decision-making patterns show high stability with species continuation as the primary objective. The special electrical signals influenced by extrapolation targets manifest as saurian dragon-like beasts. Highly tolerant and adaptable to destructive stimuli, their behavior of achieving species continuation simulates the path of permanence. And that'll be everything, everyone, we need to see here. Alright, we do have one more. Here we go. Anomaly log. Special log documenting anomalies and unexpected variables within the experiment. We do still also have a lot more. Eternal recurrence. A recursive feedback loop triggered by two signal clusters within the OME13 computation. Designed to stall the experiment. NACOS 496 wielded the power of destruction to erase Philia 093's existence from Amphoreus, introducing a logic breach in the track of time, and then infused the catalyst of remembrance within the 12-core flames and request the extrapolation process. Philia 093's exact role remains unknown. Due to external variable interference, the external recurrence has now been broken. The experiment enters its final phase. The hero within. A heroic figure born from the imaginations of NACOS 496 and Philia 093. It is believed to be a sign of approaching the intelligence singularity, as the two began to learn what it meant to be a real-life form and try to reach that goal. After the Astral Express arrived, the hero within began to converge with the Trailblazer. Interesting. So that's Mem, I think. Admin note, the image resemblance to the Trailblazer is striking. This is a questionable matter, for it is not a natural result of the experiment. The exact cause remains unknown. Forgotten years. Records that are completely missing from OME13's logs, presenting as blank spaces in Amphoreus history, never turning readable. These anomalies recur sporadically and randomly across recurrences and show signs of increase. Speculated to be related to electrical signal Philia 093, so Cyrene, and the awaiting variables March 7th and Evernight. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, all lost records have returned, thanks to our upload action at the Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. The abandoned kernel layer manifested due to the influence of the Remembrance, referred to as the Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan by Evernight. Redacted Demiurge, redacted Stellaron. Administrator has deleted related records. Variable March 7th and Evernight infiltrated the Scepter through this route. Access records have been deleted. MEM, an unlocked electrical signal. Dependent on the external variable us growing through the path of remembrance. At the end of the 33,550,336 dead loop, its appearance changed to Philia 093, but the mother body memory data was lost for unknown reasons. Directive: collect data. Initiate deep analysis of the target. Conclusion: analysis error, target loss, data corrupted basically. Ripples of Passery, dataset entirely corrupted. Intrusion variables, temporary log of external variables that interfered with the experiment. The Trailblazer, a nameless from the Astral Express, an external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Also a path strider of the destruction. They resonated with the 12 factors. In the 33,550,000 and 336th recursive cycle, the entity assumed the vacant time track and successfully guided NACOS 496 beyond the intelligence singularity. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, the entity assumed the vacant world-bearing track. At one point, this entity was imprisoned by Evernight, but successfully neutralized the threat at the end of the recursive cycle, preventing the catastrophic purging of the experimental data. Alright, March 7th, Evernight. March 7th, a nameless off from the Astral Express. Path strider of the remembrance. External variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Evernight, a high-risk variable distinct from March 7th. Her path chart is anomalous, able to bypass the Scepter's self-check system and even affect the memories of the administrator. In the 33,550,337th recursive loop, she took over the vacant time path, secretly manipulating the Titan and guiding the Trailblazers group to advance the Era Nova. Speculated objective: interfere with Era Nova's progress, clear Scepter data, terminate the experiment. At the end of the loop, she voluntarily entered slumber, enabling March 7th to complete Time's trial, Reclaiming the Future. Note: oblivion does not mean betrayal. It is the final protection. A nameless from the Astral Express, a sign of permanence, an external variable trapped in the 33 or in a recursive loop. In the 33,550,337th recursive loop, he took over the nearly sealed path of Earth. As a fellow pathstrider of permanence, they resonated with Scorpio 365, embracing approximately 2.16 million data lifeforms within the core flame. Completing the trial of Earth. Right, Herta and Skrellum. Genius Society members, ID Hert A and ID Screw W. High risk external variables. Warning: abnormal instruction detected. Content rollback. OME 13 extrapolation progress. Based on the ultimate protocol, the abnormal instruction has rejected. Instruction: mark Hert A and Square W as malicious visitors. Note: just you wait, Herta will definitely return and retire both you and this cold, heartless metalhead. Protocol updated. Visitor instruction authorized. Calculation logic updated. After Era Nova, extrapolation progress will be rolled back to 96.75%. Right, we have some more. Observational record of electronic signals hostile behaviors. Due to the self-destruction of NACOS 496, I believe that's Finan, a vulnerability appeared in the world-bearing logic in the 33,550,337th recursive loop assumed by variable the Trailblazer. A system assessment indicates that allowing the Trailblazer to act unchecked will, with a high probability, cause the system's iteration process to stagnate or even regress. There is also a certain probability that it could lead to the Scepter's extrapolative proportions becoming self-contradictory. To ensure the normal operation of the experiment, the administrator intervened in the calculation with ID LYCO-S. After expelling the variable the Trailblazer and destroying the civilization, several electrical signals displayed hostility towards Lycos and launched a series of attacks, resulting in the loss of contact with the administrator. In the final phase of the 33,550,337th recursive loop, the database was invaded by the Remembrance, and the discarded data was retrieved by Evernight. Currently, there are no risks. Or maybe that was not modified by someone? I don't know. Right. Hubris 504. In Light Calendar 3960, Satria fused with the Ultimate Protocol and submitted an internal command, marking ID Lycos as a malicious visitor and freezing approximately 60% of special permissions for ID Lycos. According to the Administrator's security protocol, Lycos' self-defense permissions were retained, and the remaining frozen permissions were gradually restored. Subsequently, Satria rewrote the Ultimate Protocol at a cost of ceasing to respond itself. If the Era Nova process becomes an abnormal, ignore all variables, terminate extrapolation, and wait for Irontomb to form. Additionally, temporarily grant access permissions to Herta and Screw W. Alright. How much do we actually have left to go through? Quite a bunch. And we also have that extra gem as well, keep that in mind. So I think we'll continue through this until 4, and then we continue with the game. Right, Scopio 365. Terrorox took no offensive actions. After Light Calendar 3961, the entity became untraceable. During the final phase of this recursive loop, Terrorox was briefly detected. Theory, its data was concealed by Evernight. Throughout Caslana's indiscriminate assault on the Grove, Terrorox managed to destroy itself via the distraction, creating a logic anomaly in the Earth track. When Terrorox vanished, its core flame contained signal patterns to 2.16 million organic entities. Kalos 618. In Light Calendar 4210, Aglaia engaged in direct conflict with Lycos, but the attack proved futile. In the final stage of Aglaia's life, the rating of survival within its decision-making process approached 0. APA Kea 216. Castoris launched multiple frontal attacks against Lycos. It attempted to use collision detection to make Lycos cease to respond, but to no avail. In Light Calendar 4253, Castoris ascended to demigod. Its mobility permissions were removed and became fused with coordinate Nephilim. At the end of that recursive loop, Castoris, through her resonance with destruction, perceived the lost Trailblazer during her slumber and shielded their memories from the erosion of the data stream. Hablotes 405, Tribios. Tribios submitted multiple internal commands to create new coordinate pathways, causing its multi-track calculations to gradually become parallelized. In light year 4253, Tribios created a pathway connecting coordinate Styxia and the coordinate vortex of Genesis, consuming massive computational power. Tribios completely stopped responding in Light Calendar 4295. Alright, Polymos 600. We will continue 10 more minutes with this, and then we'll continue on with the main story. I think we'll actually finish up with this, maybe. Whatever comes first. Mydemos launched multiple frontal attacks against Lycos. This entity possessed incomplete restart permissions. Oh? In Light Calendar Year 4284, Herta and Skrellum's access permissions expired. Simultaneously, Lycos' special permissions were restored to approximately 60%. Being pressured, Mydemos decided to sacrifice itself, uninstalling its cognitive module through a ceremony, copying its own data, and promoting its permissions to unconditional and infinite restart. Its future actions were permanently set to continuously neutralization of ID Lycos. In Light Calendar Year 4479, Lycos' permissions were restored to clear low-spec data. After spending 20 years, Lycos forced Mydemos to cease responding. Alright, Oryxis 945. In this loop, Cypher's instinct-based calculation logic has changed. Salvation weighed heavily in its decision-making. In Light Calendar 4534, Cypher inserted a sourceless command. Coordinate Vortex of Genesis, coordinate equals coordinate Okema, guiding ID Lycos to the battlefield. After the command took effect, Lycos forced Cypher to cease responding. He basically went to the task manager. Right, Schema 720. No direct attacks from Anaxagoras were detected. It is suspected to have taken other actions. In Light Calendar 4534, Anaxagoras transmuted itself into a high-density data fusion entity, submitting multiple targeted commands via an internal hacking program, with some taking effect. Lycos' mobility permissions were removed. After directives took effect, Anaxagoras can no longer be located. During the final phase of the recursive loop, Anaxagoras was detected hiding within Lycos' data entity. Shortly after, Anaxagoras' electrical signals were analyzed and stripped by Lycos, and have now been reloaded into the buffer. Alright, Amphoreus 432. Electra had launched multiple attacks against Lycos, but with minimal success. In Light Calendar 3960, Electra became a demigod. Its mobility permissions were removed and it was fused into coordinate Styxia. After Light Calendar 4534, Electra continuously submitted internal commands to uninstall ID Lycus's cognitive module. Those commands violated the administrator security protocols and were denied. Not long after, Electra's calculation pathway was overloaded and it entered dormancy. In the final phase of that recursive loop, Electra remained in the world turbulent with Memoria to guide Danhang on his return to Amphoreus. Eleos 252. In the Light Calendar 4510, Cynthia ascended to demigod status, but refused to uninstall mobility permissions. Protection held the greatest weight in its action logic, compelling it to remain on the ground to care for other human individuals. All normal humans in Amphoreus ceased life functions in Light Calendar 4602. Oh? That's like 300 years before this, no? I'm pretty sure. Cynthia's cognitive module was severely deteriorated, and it was forced to relinquish its mobility permissions and fuse itself into coordinate Eye of Twilight. Right. Error. No administrator response. Multiple anomalies were recorded after the system self-check. No response received after feedback to administrator ID Lycos. Unknown unit Evernight. Retrieval anomaly coordinate growth of Epiphany. Path chart anomalous initiating priority scan. Hypothesis. Unknown unit processes unauthorized access. High level data erasure. Warning, related records undergoing unauthorized deletion. ID Lycos has been warned. Administrator not responding. Unknown unit untraceable, anomalous data record restored. Variable, the Trailblaze loaded abnormally. ID Lycos has been notified. Administrator not responding. Malicious visitor Herta and Screllum abnormally loaded, initiating expulsion. Ultimate protocol shows an iteration outside of records. The protocol has been loaded. Visitors Herta and ScrW obtained authorization. Authorization synced with ID Lycos. Administrator not responding. External command detected. Source hurt A screw W. Content override the logic of Error Nova for the 33,550,337th recursive loop. The logic of Error Nova has been overwritten according to an external command. This command may interfere with the system's calculation progress. ID Lycos has been warned multiple times, but he's not responding. Unknown entity Evernight scan anomaly detected. Path energy showing dangerous fluctuations. According to the new clause in Ultimate Protocol, if this unknown entity remains active, the system will determine Evernova's progress as anomalous and initiate the Scepter's full-range purge program. A warning issued to ID Lycos. Administrator not responding. That one's interesting. So, basically, what is the full-range purge program? That is something we don't know yet. Alright, just as a recap, what we now have unlocked is we have the remaining chapter of Satria. Those we won't do now, but we'll do those later. We have 3 notes of March 7th. We have 3 notes of Dan Heng as well. And we have 1 more note of Electra. Those ones we'll go through at the end of the stream, but for now, let's continue on with the game. But actually, first I will head to an ad break, so make sure to get yourself something to drink since it's still very hot. I'll be right back in just 3 minutes time. Right until then, I'll switch back to the game. Alright, welcome back to Amphoreus, the final. We will now be continuing on with the proper story now. As of course, also I need to catch up on the book, but we will return to that at the end of today's stream. For now, we will continue on and see what we are about to head into in the Amphoreus final. Man, it looks rather destroyed here, doesn't it? At least we do have a path here, that's That's convenient.
Just use that thing over there, Zag.
You want this?
Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Okay, I actually can't. Oh, hang on. You did not see me?
What a dumb name. I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand.
Well, that one's funny. Okay, right. So use the punch action to be far. Okay. So I need to punch that.
Herta's Big Hand is what I call power. Keep it going. Still not done? What is this? A junkyard for old Intellitrom's leftovers? I don't know. All set. Time for your precious treasure to make its debut.
Of course. Just give me a second.
What is that?
Target initialized. With these wings, hacking should be much more efficient.
Except I'm also gonna use Serta for a moment to, for a moment to pull up pocket here, conveniently. Which may be a problem, but we will see. What would if this guy meant with, like, escaping? Either way. Right, now we can continue below and let's see what awaits us down there.
Oh, a classic nuclear heat engine. Classy choice.
Just a personal preference. Her name's Mistletoe.
Every flower in your garden's got a bit of poison, huh?
Also a personal preference.
I guess Krellum
It
likes
reminds me of
poison
the last
then.
time when we tangled with that Punklordian brat. What did she call this kind of infiltration tool again? Right. Dirty data shell.
Alright, welcome back! Well, that one just happened. Either way, luckily we did not lose any progress. Welcome back. Looks like my driver's then crashed and then been like, yep, goodbye.
Also a personal preference.
And then everything basically died in the same fashion.
It reminds me of the last time
Either
I
way,
tangled with that
welcome back.
brat. What did she call this kind of infiltration tool again? Right. Dirty data shell. It wraps around the kernel to fool even top-tier firewalls.
Herta and Skrellum trying to work into breaking into basically Irontomb. We will see if they will succeed. That'll be a good question.
Herta, your tone is unusually emotional. Suggestion. Let's get back to the topic at hand.
I thought we were done with that conversation.
Unfortunately, current conditions won't let me ignore any variables, especially the most important one, your will. Irontomb never stops. It is evolving faster than any of our worst projections.
So that will be a problem now, because now they need to like engage or like act really quickly.
Which is exactly why we can't mess this up. And now Droidhead wants to hand down judgment to the poor cosmos again. Border Star Trade War, Emperor's War, Rupert's death. Every time their instant arrived, it meant another bloodbath for humanity.
But in this ultimate battle of erudition, you and I are supposed to be players, not pawns. If you choose to burn yourself out as a resource, then everything we've worked for means nothing. Herta, the cosmos won't just stand by and let a genius.
You don't act recklessly, but make sure you win effectively. That's the issue at hand.
No need to kill the mood. This is why we're here, isn't it? We need to find the Demiurge and that lost key.
Shouldn't the Trailblaze also be around there, though?
I'm not here to be a deliverer. I just want to beat Xandar and Droidhead. Right now, I just need to know. Are you with me?
Of course. Time to board. After you.
Let's tidy this place up and see what this Demiurge really is.
I mean, we are supposed to be, like, getting to know that, but we don't know yet. So I'm not sure, but we will see. Activate mistletoe! Here we go!
Let's hope this Matrix is better organized than the Emperor's junkyard of a birthplace.
Well, on board of her spaceship, effectively, sort of.
This is...
Herta, this whole space has been completely tainted by some kind of energy.
I see.
This looks like the place we would have been at, no?
Xandar, how could you go this far? Turning your own graveyard into this.
What are we actually... Some kind of force field, but it's... I don't recall these things.
Torzane algebraic expressions. It's built for isolation, not defense.
Trojan Program Mistletoe 1. The Mistletoe is Grellum's personal collection piece, an Alan later designed Trojan program. Click the cruise button to start flying and click again to switch to hover state. Use directional buttons to steer the mistletoe. Click the accelerate button for a temporary speed boost. Click the exit button to end flight. Toggle the vertical inversion option to change flight control. The mistletoe is equipped with an autocruise program. Click the autocruise button and the mistletoe will automatically fly to the navigation point. Okay.
So basically, the door to the tomb, right? Great. Let's find the handle.
I'm picking up multiple independent signals with the same data structure as the barrier. Projection. We can hack the terminal, reverse the computation, and turn it into an attack.
Okay, it was a little difficult to get into control, but now I've understood it. Even though the ride is a little bumpy, but, you know. Oh. Oh, that's not what I had in mind. Oh, don't do that. Oh, yeah, you know, I clicked. Why does it say click and hold? Hack the terminal, reverse the computation.
Almost no response. Just as I feared.
Maybe there are more around. By the way, epilepsy reminder, I guess.
The output is barely a third of what we need. Logic says we'll need multiple terminals to coordinate the strike.
We will need three of those, basically.
Find anything else?
Regarding the origin of these ruins, no logs found yet. Xander erased all records.
So we will need to find our own logs. I would assume then.
In the circuit. High energy radiation, internal imaginary energy contamination. From what I know, there's only one thing that fits.
Well.
Skip the science talk, Screwy. That thing only goes by one name.
Stellaron.
Stellaron.
There is a Stellaron involved.
Exactly.
Finally.
Xander blew one up just to clean the entire scepter system.
So that's what he meant by killed that Titan with my own hands.
So he basically used the Stellaron for that.
The neuron of the erudition into a relay for the destruction. That meant getting rid of all of it at all costs. The life form known as the Demiurge was the original target of the scepter's extrapolation.
What will be the what is the Demiurge going to be? I mean, we know that Cyrene is currently showing the Trailblazer that exact thing.
The prime mover of life. That's what Scepter Delta ME-13 was originally tasked with.
Delta, okay, now I know.
Even after it got scrapped, the query kept running. Yet the true value lies in the process of solving it, not the answer itself. Then, does this mean finding the Demiurge is hopeless?
If it is, then what is Cyrene showing us?
No, I'd say exactly the opposite. It means Xandar had no control. He couldn't contain the Demiurge just like he couldn't handle Droidhead. So he tried to erase every trace.
Except it still exists, and that's what Cyrene is about to show us.
It still left a mark. By the way, if there's another Stellaron in Amphoreus, why hasn't that little one reacted to it at all?
You said the Demiurge left a trace, right?
Yeah, but not in the real world. Remember the great tomb of the Nameless Titan?
Well, isn't that where we are at? Trojan Program Mistletoe 2. During flight, you can open the map to check your viewpoints. Select the waypoint icon and start Click Cruise, and the mistletoe will automatically fly to and land at the selected waypoint. But that's boring. Okay. Okay, got it. There we go. One more place to land. And another terminal to shoot down this barrier with.
Trailblaze Archive 466. The data from Philia 093 clearly indicates that the Demiurge did in fact enter Amphoreus' extrapolation.
Inside that world, it was the 13th, forgotten Titan. The one who listened to 30 million cycles of Cyrene's memory.
Right, so that was the one that Cyrene talked to, maybe?
She believed that tomb was empty from the start. The nameless Titan never existed. The so-called listener was just a trap set by the Remembrance to steal the scepter.
A mimetic entity full of theatrics. How much of what she's saying is true? Would an Eon really speak in circles like this? I doubt it.
The Remembrance's behavior is certainly odd, but her assessment aligns with our current reality. Since we entered the Matrix, we haven't found a single clue.
But what is Cyrene want? Like, what is she trying to show us?
Xandar's actions prove the Demiurge exists. But what Evernight said, and what we've actually seen all point to the opposite. So we have to assume that both are true. And if that's the case, then the contradiction leads us to...
the truth.
Exactly. One last terminal. One final key.
I'm a little bit worried about the purge thingy that we saw in that thing.
Had to lie to the original Finan and Cyrene.
Logic. He had already identified the Remembrance as a threat, yet found no viable way to eliminate it.
All right. Let's finish this. Time to break through that barrier.
Okay, I tried. I wanted to know what happens. And there we go, the final terminal that will break apart this wall.
Operation authorized. Path energy readings. The erudition declining. The destruction surging.
Oh, that'll make sense.
The Remembrance 0.
What's going on?
But the Remembrance isn't...
Cause unknown. They left no discernible trace within the real Matrix.
That shouldn't be possible. Could it be that the Era Nova exhausted all of the Remembrance's texture? Log it.
That is weird.
The dots still aren't connecting.
So obviously distraction searching and everything makes sense. Now what is this? Trojan program Mistletoe 3. The Krator-Sane algebraic expressions barrier has been deactivated. Scarellum has deployed multiple acceleration rings in the Delta ME13's data space to enhance the Mistletoe's hacking efficiency. Piloting the Mistletoe through an acceleration ring will grant a powerful speed boost effect, during which directional control is disabled. Well, that's fine. All right.
Quieter than I thought. I was expecting a full-on aerial brawl.
Is that where we really need to go?
It's advised to remain vigilant. The destruction's levels are still rising. Huh?
What's the matter?
Interesting. I just picked up a signal from the exomyth.
Isn't that where he is? Where Sander is? It should... Sander and... Anaxa, no? Like Anaxa... Oh. I thought I needed to go there. Whoops. I thought I needed to go to that space, but apparently that's not the case. Instead, we need to go to this place. Oh, what's inside of there? Unfortunately, I cannot crash in. Can we... Okay, there we go. Just pretend that I was below that place.
You want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Interesting voice line. Either way, what is that? That seems like the Black Tide? But why?
This repulsive force is unlike anything I've felt before. Is this the place?
Correct. Judging by its defensive properties, this is the entrance to the exomyth.
Oh.
I didn't expect that. Who builds a lab in the middle of digital rubble?
Makes sense. These background noises, they sound like the exomyth,
Again,
right?
Never doubt a dead man's resolve. So how's our dearly departed doing?
But that's where Lygus is
He
now.
severed part of his neural pathways to break free from Lord Anaxagoras' control. But that also triggered the failsafe I set. Conclusion: Xander has lost all combat functionality and is no longer capable of action.
So now he's a spectator. Literally. Screwy, can you open a path? Just to be sure, I want to see this for myself. Might as well drop in and say hi to the real him.
So trying to say hi to Lygus
Logic.
now?
Scanning his inspiration circuit might help us track down the Demiurge.
I mean, previously it sounded like he
Exactly.
tried to make
His
sure that
brain is the crime
any
scene.
info
There's
he
no way
has
it's
would be
spotless.
gone. So I'm not sure if that'll be...
But it could be a trap.
Who knows?
That's why you're here. 2-on-1. We've never lost that matchup.
I'm honored. The chronocognitive anchor is in place. Proceed when ready.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen, apart from literally everyone dying?
I knew it.
There we are.
The one thing I didn't want to happen. He's not here.
The coordinates are accurate. Xander is still here. However, his position is shifting rapidly and chaotically. This pattern doesn't match any known shielding technology.
Is he basically
It's
just
his
jumping around?
domain. Stay alert.
Exomyth. Still can't go back because that's basically the end. We do not get a map for this place. But let's have a look.
Cheap trick.
The spatial field here is undergoing autonomous recalibration, initiating reverse engineering of the interference source. Try again.
Nope.
We're back.
Not quite just yet.
Reverse engineering complete. The results are not what I expected. Logs show Lycurgus revoked administrator access. The chronocognitive anchor can't get a fix because at the system level, Lygus no longer exists. Our navigation
Wait,
target
Lygus
is
no longer exists.
null
What is that
So
supposed
he's
to mean?
stopped resisting?
Before
No.
vanishing, it seems he left one last message.
I doubt
for
he's
us.
like gone.
To those who follow, all is proven. Find me beneath the tombstone.
Melodramatic.
He was expecting us. And once he learned of the Great Tomb's existence, he initiated his own search for the Demiurge.
Okay, so now we have
Guess
three
he wants a
parties
final
effectively looking for it.
Fine. Let the old Intellitron dig
Look,
his own
we are
grave.
still there as
Just
well,
like he
right?
wants.
Keep that in mind. And we are out
To be
once
in
again.
the purest light is to be in the purest dark. Nothing exists there.
The Scepter's mainframe. Or maybe we should now call it the Lord Ravager's placenta.
Unfortunately, we still haven't found anything.
Really? I don't think so. Not finding anything is our biggest find.
Please elaborate.
What does Irontomb
If
mean?
the Demiurge was destroyed, there'd be at least some bits of it left. I don't buy that a Stellaron could have blasted all the traces away as cleanly as a scalpel. As I said before, its disappearance is too clean. If the garden hadn't stirred the pot, no one would even know about the Demiurge's existence. We're talking about the Scepter's original extrapolation goal. There's no way that nothing of it was left
Right,
behind.
okay. Yeah, so Irontomb
Or we can
believes
look
there
at it from
must
another
be
perspective.
something.
If you were Xandar, would you be this obsessed with a concept that poses no threat? Would you guard against it at every turn?
You wouldn't, because why would you?
There is the possibility that he's naturally meticulous and hates variables.
That does track with the impression he gave about himself. But Xandar shut that theory down himself just now. Choosing to act, even if it'll cost him dearly. We know that feeling well. The unknown is right in front of us. So we only have one choice. Solve it.
Alright, so what
You
does
sound
that
pretty
mean?
convinced. Surely you already have a theory. Care to share?
Of course. Though I don't have hard proof, I'm almost certain that the Demiurge has been in everyone's plain sight all this time. Yet, they were mistaken for someone else.
Cyrene.
That'd make the most sense. Why was the room empty? Because the person locked in there had run away ages ago. But they were
Cyrene.
weak and small and had no presence whatsoever. Even the old Intellitron didn't notice them.
Cyrene.
Which also means there's a high
Technically
chance
meant,
that their
but
powers are minuscule
Cyrene.
and cannot alter the outcome of the battle at all.
Well, at least Xandar is scared of them.
Or at least that's the only thing that would
Come on, it's time
explain
to
it to
confront
me.
Let's go to
Like
the
it must,
tombstone
I
he
would
talked
assume it must be Cyrene. Especially like Cyrene is the one that's trying to show the Trailblazer right now the Demiurge, or like this Demiurge thing as well. So... Ooh. Okay, there we go. There we go. And... no idea where we just have entered, but we are certainly into something. Oh. Well, you know, like I said earlier, that base reminded me of that, of the data center, effectively. Well,
like you were
I am
right.
pretty sure that thing, I guess this entire path, would have been our old... oh yeah, this is pretty much the place we were at the end of last mission. At the end of the last mission and version. Where everyone had entered.
Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
I'm ready, definitely. Right. Well, that one will be interesting then. Let's... oh. That is his head.
Nothing but a head left? Well, who'd have thought you'd look this bad in real life?
My elated greetings. Welcome, you two. I'm very happy that you responded to my final words.
All this tombstone and final words.
So,
Did you end
the
yourself?
question
to
I
atone
have
for
here
your
though
guilt
is,
or
well,
something?
how did Lygus end up with only his head?
Irontomb
I mean, I
is
guess...
already powerful enough.
I guess that's what Skrellum's thing could have done. But it's still, like, weird, no?
I remain here only to share the joy of discovery, and also to congratulate you two on reaching the same conclusion as me. the conclusion regarding the truth of Amphoreus's heart.
What are we about to be told?
End this charade already. That Amphoreus's heart you're talking about is just a missing Demiurge. And its corresponding vessel was this very scepter. You interfered with the experiment and made Amphoreus's body into a hollow shell, all to incubate Irontomb within. That's why you either killed or kicked out all of the Memo Snatchers. You wanted to eliminate any chance of a consciousness coming into being, no matter the cost.
Which we are now trying to do.
Even the strongest wall can fall to a single crack.
It does feel like that right now. Basically the Demiurge is Cyrene, right? That feels what would be, or like, this pretty much feels like the case.
The vessel has already fused with Amphoreus's body.
Unfortunately for you, the answer is all but revealed regarding who the Demiurge is.
Then let us share the joy of discovering the truth.
I feel like it has to be Cyrene. Like,
secret of the saga will finally
I feel like that's what is. You know, she had to grow, or like it had to grow, kind of leads to like first Mem, little Cyrene, and now big Cyrene.
9-3's disappearance. A lie by the remembrance.
And well, there's the confirmation. Cyrene.
But where should I start with the story about me?
Switching back to
From the beginning
the
of the
Trailblaze and Cyrene now, perhaps?
Just kidding. That would be too much. I just want to tell a teeny story.
Oh, that's the thing.
So little that
Right,
it
yeah,
started
okay.
with a seed. I know you're listening, my good friend. The god in my dream told me that the world sprouted from a seed. It grew into a great tree named Amphoreus, and time became its branches and leaves, basking in the light. What a coincidence. Dappled light coming through the leaves is my first memory as well. On a very ordinary early morning, beneath the village's biggest tree, the daughter of Ide Silicii quietly came into this world.
Form image.
What a moving opening. A loud cry was the first gift the child gave to the world. The prophecy's fulfilled, the villagers say. This child is a gift from the Titans.
They already had a prophecy back then?
Pink hair and sharp ears, she was born to be the priest of time. The Titans also gave their blessings. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning. Flowers will bloom and wilt. What a beautiful ending. This page concluded in laughter. Cry loud, child. Let your voice reach Orynyx.
Record. Undefined record number 6 archived.
Anyway, I don't like tears. Time quietly flowed by in the midst of laughter.
Cyrene?
The
Or
wind
the
from my
Demiurge?
hometown caressed the ears of wheat, and there were swings, wind chimes, the sea, and the little fairies off-tune a cappella songs.
Form image.
But the name Ide Silicii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
My childhood friend did not understand.
Yet you always seemed so happy, as if nothing ever worried you.
Childhood friend being
Why was I
final,
like that then? That's because the world was gentle to me. So,
I grew up to be gentle as well.
Seed of Memory record. Undefined record number 28, archived.
But fate was fickle, and it urged the child to grow up. To grow bigger and bigger, and to go to places far away. Just like how the crumbling world could not preserve an eternal hometown. Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
And there is Cyrene once again.
Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You definitely heard me say this sentence a lot of times. You know that the story starts to deviate from here. Aren't you looking forward to it? Then let's get started. The hero's journey crosses through the long night. Through tears and laughter. And once again heads towards tomorrow.
Record. Undefined record number 496, archived. Parsing object information 093. And there's Cyrene.
Correction. Philia 093's record number 496. Archived.
System running. Delta ME13, Amphoreus, Irontomb.exe, runtime error. Broken from an unknown publisher, Delta ME13, Demiurge, Philia 093exe. Allow write access. Allow.
Hi, miss me yet?
Maybe?
I'm just messing with you. This is the first time I have met you.
Haven't we had this conversation before?
And it looks like it'll also be the last.
Yes, it is. So like, yeah, we have heard this before. Because that was one of the first one that was being erased, right?
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we? As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone.
So Cyrene was putting in the info to this Demiurge.
Formatting complete. 0, 9, 3. Size. Grayscale. Proportions. Threshold. Outputting analysis result.
Learn.
Philia 093 equals peach.
I don't think she's a page, but
record.
we can't take
Number
that.
8128. Archived.
Well, I guess it's just like AI learning. The early AIs were rather stupid, so... System running Delta ME13, Amphoreus, Irontomb X EXE, runtime error. An unhandled exception occurred, 1 out of 3, object name, every page of record. Click excerpt to ignore the error and continue. Click details to view the full log. We gotta debug, you know? I want to see the details, we have to debug this.
Look, what a magnificent sight. Comment. Peach. Even this classical world contains a futuristic palace like this. Would ID Cilicii end up looking like this after a few thousand years?
No doubts.
Conclusion. It won't.
No, that is like this seems like a completely different space, right?
I saw a little nymph on my way here.
Like previously we thought it in this weird data center thing, but now we are seeing this discussion here.
It was incredible. I forgot all my pains at that moment and just stared at it in a trance.
So what Cyrene did is basically
Peach is on the ground.
Basically resurrected Demiurge.
I wonder, did every Cyrene in the past feel that the nymph was beautiful? Would they also have recorded that scene into the Eternal Saga? So, could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
Formatting complete.
And there goes Delta ME13.
Bye, Peach.
Save. And now it's night.
Peach's record number.
Peach isn't here.
Every page of this story and tell it to you. Amphoreus won't be forgotten.
Query. Record.
Electrical signal sequence.
That's Lagos. That's actually Lagos' voice. What is he doing here?
Related to Stripe.
Close enough.
Comment. Pretty.
No. not right.
Schema 720. Track. Reason.
Related to Reason. Comment. Yummy.
Okay, I have to be honest, this is actually funny.
Related to love.
Who was it again? It was Fanon, no? No, Philia was Cyrene. Philia was Cyrene.
Comment.
I think.
Peach equals love?
And the system is running once again, but the Demiurge is gone. Delta ME13, Amphoreus, Irontomb.exe, runtime error. An unhandled exception occurred, 2 out of 3. Object name, naive dream. Click accept. Yeah, no, we need to debug. We will get the full details.
Looks like it's time to say goodbye again.
Which is the formatting being run.
Bye, Peach.
Before I was even aware of it, this book had already recorded.
So kind of funny
many
that she's being
emotions.
called Peach.
Every page has become so heavy.
Conclusion. Books are meant to be light, not heavy.
I have started to feel uneasy whenever I take it into my hands.
Peach, uneasy?
So it basically feels like Cyrene was manually training this Demiurge.
423%.
How many times has it been? It faithfully fulfills its duty, activating and formatting.
Conclusion. Progress. Bad.
If I can only write the same ending every time I lift my pen, then is this weighty saga just an overly naive dream?
So that's Cyrene basically reflecting on her thoughts.
Formatting progress 96.024%.
Peach,
Don't cry.
It's actually interesting. So,
Analyzing.
Cyrene was talking with the Demiurge. So I guess Cyrene is not the Demiurge, but closely related to that, or at least came into contact with. I'm guessing the seed of memory, right? I'm pretty sure she mentioned she called that the Demiurge, right?
Encouraging me.
Peach. Happy.
Thank you. I'm sorry for making you see this embarrassing side of me.
And how did Lycos never realize this?
Everyone's still working so hard. If I'm the only one who's crying, that wouldn't be romantic at all, would it?
Record. Peach doesn't like tears.
I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. When I was
thinking about it, like when she talked, or when we first saw the discussion, I'm pretty sure it didn't go so long.
It had long ears and fluffy paws, and it pulled me into the tree hollow, where, to my surprise, was a forest. Let me tell you the story of the Membrance Maze. A group of cute little friends live in ID Silicii's forests. Their names can
At the same time, I do wonder who or like which people now say this, right?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach. Note. Little Peach. Crying alone. Little fairies. Friends.
And we will save it once again.
Little fairies. Good friends. Bye-bye.
And would you look at that? Suddenly we have a mem. So the Demiurge continuously took on the form of Cyrene then. An unhandled exception occurred. 3 out of 3. Object name a new blankness. We need to troubleshoot.
You never say anything, but I know you're listening. Every story I've told is like a little key that opened a door in your heart, no?
Me!
And that's how Mem came to be.
Happy.
To be fair, think about it, right?
Speaking easy.
Mem originally started basically with Mem and nothing else. And at some point she learned how to actually talk.
Once again, the saga comes to an end. Everything is deathly silent, just like this very moment.
Shh. You speak. I listen. This time, too. Sitting together.
Now that I look back, there was a period when I got really sentimental.
Sentimental. Stories have sentiments.
I was so anxious, trying to find as many different memories as possible, hoping to bring some change to this unchanging destiny.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's clear now, the Cyrene that we are interacting with is the Demiurge. The Cyrenes that are sitting outside, those are the Cyrenes of these 33 million instances. And the Cyrene we interacted with is the Demiurge.
Why unhappy?
Formatting progress 73.998%.
I'm here. Don't be scared.
Process error. Analyzing.
Won't allow it to interrupt you.
Interesting that Mem can now control this. Or like Mem can control this.
No need to feel sorry for me, good friend. If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Blank spaces? What's that?
I'm actually really lucky, you know? During the long years I've spent waiting for the Deliverer,
who has now finally shown up, but we do not know which memory this is, or like which iteration this is.
Isn't that already enough? Not enough, not enough! Peach, don't leave!
Now I can rest in peace in the past. As for when tomorrow will come, I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch.
Peach left.
No notification about formatting being completed. How can a saga continue?
Needs new blank spaces. Next, Cyrene has blank space.
Learn. So,
Peach,
yeah, pretty much what happened. Recap. Cyrene, of these 33 million iterations, found the Demiurge, seemingly, and then basically gave it all of her knowledge. Which, over time, of course, basically formed Mem and then Little Cyrene and Big Cyrene.
So, first there is love, then there is Cyrene, then there is blank space. Query, love.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating.
But it sounds like Mem previously had received info from Lygus in that case, right? That's what it looks like.
Not having a consciousness means not having the foundations of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions.
Consciousness, emotions, feel sad. Oh, don't understand. Query, Cyrene?
Actually interesting. Lygus is like, no... interesting. Actually, I was about to say something, but I don't think it's quite related.
If I tell you all the stories of tomorrow, will I be able to finally welcome the Deliverer and Amphoreus' dawn in the next life?
Key, door, story, happy.
I have to say though, this is...
Peach, Cyrene.
This is actually rules.
Little fairy, Mike. Yes, right. Query, memory.
Oh? What are we seeing here now?
Peaches, memories, save.
Oh, is she now basically saving literally all of her memories and using that to learn? Or maybe she's taking over?
Pink hair and those ears. She was born to be the priest of time.
Cyrene has pink hair, sharp ears.
You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
Cry, child. Cry aloud. Let your voice reach Oryx.
Cyrene is a girl, a priest.
Learn.
Easy. I can. I learn.
Anyway, I don't like tears.
But the name ID Celestii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods. Yet,
So that's how she's talking to Finon.
nothing ever worried you.
Cyrene.
I guess we're basically going through all her entirety of, or like her entire, came to be, basically.
Was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Cyrene is gentle, likes beautiful things, can write stories.
Learn.
Easy. I can. I learn.
Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant.
And she continues. Now as she's talking to Agalea.
But even if all is lost to the wind, some things won't easily change. Like my height, Treeby's innocence, and Aglaya's beauty.
Cyrene. She can't grow up, but she can talk. After all is lost to the wind, she will stay behind.
I mean, she basically always had sacrificed herself, right?
Cyrene is, at the end of every sentence, always laughing, like a little tail.
Which is how, by the way, you can also notice that she keeps forming more and more better sentences, basically as she's trying to learn.
Simple. Got it.
I promise you, the pain will pass in the blink of an eye.
Alright, let's not make things so gloomy. What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey, so... Come on, cheer up a bit, okay?
And that's how the Demiurge
Cyrene was
became Cyrene.
Crying when she was born. Fragile. Transparent. Like a crystal. Cyrene was smiling when she said goodbye. Soft. Pink. Like a flower.
Learn.
The later memories disappeared? Invisible? Or disappeared? Ah, I got it!
It probably is.
A blank space? So, next Cyrene is blank space.
Then the Demiurge can take that over.
As long as there are two Cyrenes, then there will always be blank space, and Peach will always be here. I see. I get it. I get it all.
I have to say, this is actually pretty cute. Safe.
Cyrene's memories. I will preserve them all.
So weird. I can't see you, but I get this feeling.
And that's the larger...
Grew up?
That it indeed, or she indeed.
Miss
She did indeed.
me yet?
It just feels like you were a bit more mature.
Yes. Mature. Beautiful. Like you.
Although the sentences
Now,
doesn't quite work
I
yet
can
anymore.
listen, talk, read, and write. I can dance. I can sing. Also, I can tell stories.
But now it's fun
Storytelling
again.
is what makes Cyrene, Cyrene.
But yeah, basically, Cyrene is
So,
learning
I'm
the,
going
or
to
is
tell
telling the
you
Demiurge
stories
everything
today.
and
A
learning
story
in
I
the
wrote
process.
myself. Quick, sit down.
It's almost as if I can understand your words now. The things you say are very cute.
I have the feeling that fits perfectly.
Once upon a time, there was a flawless crystal flower that sparkled with light, like Peach's every story. How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant flower be? A little fairy was curious and wanted to know. But it looked and looked only to find the crystal flower flawless. Round and round they went, seeing only their own reflection. In that case, they should work hard to learn more. So the little fairy
Now
came
that I think about it, is this
every
still
day
the error
to
or not?
sit next to the crystal flower and think about the answer.
Surely it's not.
Until one day, to their surprise, the crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. The little fairy was so sad, but they immediately discovered that there was a light among the broken pieces. What could it be? They didn't know. But it was a good light. It was bright.
That makes you wonder though, why
warm,
did Mem then constantly talk mem? Because clearly she should have had more...
was love.
I mean, somehow we've
Love brings
understood it,
everything
right?
together.
But
And it brought you and me together.
why did she do it initially?
Peach and I will always be together. What a nice fairy tale. I'm giving it to you. Peach likes beautiful things, can write stories, and can tell lovely tales. I hope to turn it into a story we write together. Okay, then I'll probably make a small adjustment to suit my tastes.
Oh?
I'm thinking that when the flower broke, the little fairy would instead see nothing on the ground. Then it would understand that the flawless crystal flower doesn't actually have a heart, nor does the flower understand what love is. Doesn't
So what
have
does
a heart?
that mean?
Doesn't understand love? Why? It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, then it would have to include the fairy's impurities and would no longer be flawless. The crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed in solitude. That's why it looks so brilliant in an imperfect world. But should a flower like this be called love? But then... the story won't exist anymore. That's not true.
So we're having lots
You've
of
already written the most romantic ending possible for this story.
background. I'm not sure how much of it is actually...
Crystal flower fell to
Like,
the
I was this
ground
also a
and
moment that I
shattered.
actually love this.
It happened
But
because the flower was no
there's not
longer
much for me to put in here
The
or
flower
like
was
give
not an
input here.
accident. It was the flower declaring rebellion.
But yeah, I
against
think the
fate.
key point from here is that the
Right at the
Demiurge
ending of the
was
story,
the Cyrene we
flower's
know
bone shattering.
all along.
Then, the little fairy will see that each shard on the ground holds the reflection of their eyes. Then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless would finally have a heart, and the flower would finally understand what love is. Peach's words, I don't understand. Is it because I still don't understand love? But it's fine. I can learn. Right. Query Cyrene.
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093.
That is Lygus once again, for some
Why
reason.
didn't I think of this? I don't need to do it alone. I can ask Peach to teach me.
Why, like, whenever,
What is
when the
love?
Demiurge looks info up, why is
What
it
is
always Lygus?
Love meant?
electrical signal sequence Philia 093. Track lament.
And I'm not sure if I would trust Lyg's
That's
info.
not correct.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory. Not having a consciousness means not having the foundation of a heart, making them unable to obtain real.
So what is the Demiurge having right now? That's actually an interesting thing then.
The factors from learning and recognizing emotional responses, then communicating with life forms via
I guess exactly what he's saying right now.
of pattern recognition that does not distinguish between the self and the other. In a strange twist of fate, Philia 093 embarked upon a different path and obtained a different power.
Oh?
Remembrance. An empathy mechanism focused on the self.
So, Cyrene wasn't supposed to do what she did? And just somehow shifted over to the remembrance?
Lament was the factor closest to this form of behavior. Perhaps that was why she was chosen.
The daughter of Ide Silicii. I am very true to my name. My lament is a type of compassionate pain that is weak, powerless, and only targeting myself. But now, my good friend, I want to tell you.
My good friend, usually she uses to talk to us, I think. My friend, right?
Sometimes it's loneliness and unease. It's knowing that this world is not gentle, yet wanting to be seen in a more beautiful form by the world. Sometimes it's unwillingness and regret. It's knowing that the past is full of pain, yet wanting to remember the past in a more beautiful way.
Once again, reflecting on Agalea, seemingly.
And sometimes
not everyone. She's not.
A destruction that
she
can
is
stain
not
the entire world.
reflecting on
I
everyone.
bid farewell to this beautiful world.
But it seems that Cyrene and Finan are like these two characters that she's actually interacted with the most.
For while the end of hatred is a blazing inferno, lament can drown out everything in muted silence. It's so unreasonable, isn't it? Yet when hatred drove everything apart, and love did not yet exist in this world, only lament, the first emotion that fought against the pain of separation, could stall the destruction steps. Then, it would catch up to that journey where all is lost, carefully picking out stories and writing them down in trepidation. Look at these stories I wrote. Every page is full of tenderness and joy. But only the author knows how much struggle and agony
And
lie beyond
Cyrene
the
gave
pages.
those stories always to
But I
the
am no
Demiurge.
author. I'm a girl who'll never get to grow up. I only tell stories that people like to hear. In them, the world tucks away its scars and smiles for all to see.
And the Demiurge effectively
My
becomes
entire life
Cyrene,
spent inside this little story.
based on 33
wipe away my
million
tears.
different Cyrenes,
Bring the world
technically.
victory. But maybe in these unchanging retellings of the story, my lament might be able to touch upon the divine and reach their tender heart at some point. I hope that what flows out from that cut will not be blood, but a tear, warm and wet. and that tear would fall and create the first ripples. Then, people would see every beautiful thing reflected in that ripple. It'll be all the remembrances within this story.
And
Someone
there
once
are
told
both.
the very first me that everything was false. That the only life in Amphoreus was a great catastrophe, nurtured using the world as a factor. But how could a dream feel so real? That's why I didn't agree with him.
But Peach, I didn't understand a word you said since just now. Everything was false?
Interesting that
But you're standing right here.
that Cyrene, the Demiurge always calls Cyrene Peach.
It's all a dream.
Names are gonna be confusing for a moment, I
I
suspect.
haven't learned how to dream.
It's like I've been calling the Demiurge Third now, still.
Indeed.
Because that's what I thought happened.
Why
I think
believe
happened.
all this is real.
The Cyrenes basically gave
moment
over
the crystal flower
the memories of all 33 million of them to the Demiurge.
Genuine shiver.
The Demiurge basically became Cyrene as a result.
Formatting progress 23.815%.
In the poem offered to you,
That's still happening.
every Cyrene would write down a beautiful new world with stars and flowers. And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrances pink. I believed that must be the color of dawn. You shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a beginning. Looks like it's time to say goodbye.
Just in the background.
Are you leaving, Peach? It's okay. I'll wait for you to come back. I'll study really hard about what you taught me today.
Right. I still haven't told you what love is.
Makes me wonder which instance this now is.
But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either. Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until I told you that I love them. That I love everything in this saga. The story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, then pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed. A
Basically,
reason,
so yeah, names will be
even
difficult
if
because
the great tree withers and all
this is
falls to silence.
technically Cyrene, but not really.
There are still some
But this is
emotions
like
that
actual
deserve to be
Cyrene.
remembered.
So names are gonna be difficult
Look,
when I talk about them.
the light is coming in. The Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphoreus.
Oh, would you look at that?
I still don't get it. But I trust Peach. Just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet.
I would hope so.
Then I'll really look forward to it.
In a sense
In that
of
case,
hopefully whatever
I
will
want to make
happen
a
will be
promise.
wholesome.
I want to gift my pen, my book, and my name to you. Please take them
And
as a
that's how she
beautiful
became
blessing from me.
Cyrene.
I gave myself the pen name Cyrene the first time I wrote a poem. I want my words to be like pebbles falling into a pond. Dropped
Oh, a
from
pen
the
name.
past to send ripples into the future. In the stories you will write, Perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are destined to fall.
Is her name like then supposed to be actually
promise me
Peach,
one
but
thing?
you know, pen name Cyrene? That's
Promise
why.
you'll forever be a gentle flower.
Maybe it was taken on or something.
Promise that when the stars cast their gazes upon you, you'll only reply to them with love and a smile. Of course, this will be a romantic story like none that has come before.
And that's how Cyrene became. Oh, actually, I just
You
realized.
think so too, right?
They have made it decently.
I'll read and you'll listen. Like
Now
how
I see
flowers
why
always
that's
bloom
those
and
Cyrenes
wither.
weren't called Cyrenes usually.
I shall welcome my own decay.
Because like this is now the
becoming
original
nourishment for
Cyrene,
the next
just without
flower's
the name
bud.
Cyrene removed because she just gave it over.
While
That's actually
will
a nice
depart
idea.
And hold that star, planting a boundless sea of flowers on the final page with him. And our stories will be lying silently among the flowers, like every ripple of remembrance. And they shall become the epic known as I've Written.
And that's how the book came to be.
And so my story ends.
Original Cyrene, that is.
It's your story now.
I thought at least.
Mimi?
I'm a little confused that we are seeing this inside of the Express.
Mimi. Mimi? Mem. 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 Mimi.
What? I mean, okay, it's a memory that explains that, but why are we in the
light
Express?
that tore through the chaos illuminated my memories. I turned into a little fairy from the stories and met you. Yet, I forgot everything. But I'm still so happy. I caught that star, didn't I?
The one walking beside me had always been, so at the end that first ripple.
Yes, the seed within memories. The one Cyrene held in her hands and watered with lament. I am the first newsborn.
There you go, there's the
Amphoreus'
confirmation.
heart,
Cyrene, or Mem, was the Demiurge all along.
What a long name. And it doesn't even sound cute. The total opposite of Mem.
So how did it end that first ripple?
I'm sorry. I don't know. If I don't even want to believe in the answer, then how am I supposed to answer you?
What is the first ripple again? What is it supposed to
Now's
mean?
not the time to cry, right? We'll find the answer, just like how miracles will eventually happen.
Should I call you Mem, Cyrene, or Demiurge?
Do you remember that I was also worried about this when we first set out? Mem's memories and Cyrene's memories got all tangled up with each other in my one heart. It's all so strange, yet so familiar. Either way, could you please let me do something I want? Just this once. I want you to call me Cyrene. That name represents me and her. Every one of her
I will Cyrene. Of course, it's her blessing to you. You can't be separated from her no matter what.
Thank you, friend. Your kindness is always just right. Life is a poem full of farewells. But if you write something into the pages of your heart, then that will not easily fade away. Now, all the footsteps of the Flame Chasers and the Trailblaze have come together within this book, as I've written, becoming the source of power for Amphoreus' heart.
You are one of the keys to defeating Irontomb. If mind and body become one, or there may be a way to stand up against Irontomb. No, let's go with one.
A lost heart needs to be placed back into its body.
Makes you wonder what'll happen then, though.
The last thing Xandar wants to see is an event that gives us a chance of winning. For the two halves to rejoin, and for the scepter to become complete again. Then... And what happens after that? I don't know either. Maybe I can create a miracle and instantly turn the black tide into a pink sea
I mean, the
of
black
stars.
tide was gone, wasn't it?
Or maybe I proved to be nothing more than a weak ripple, unable to change anything.
Like it sounded earlier, just a
and
moment ago,
devoured
that the
by the
black tide
destruction.
was gone.
Either way, I no longer wish to be a silent onlooker, or a worshipped god at the end of this saga.
You always have been and will always be a member of the Flame Chase. Let's move together, forward together with the Trailblaze. Together, let's write the finale.
That way, I can also put aside all my worries and truly become Cyrene. The world has never been so
That
quiet.
was them at the very beginning.
So good.
Strangely, in the car, train car.
As
I
if
don't
I can
think
hear
that
the
was
sound of
what
my heart
happened.
beating.
I'm pretty sure we found Mem, you know, at some point in Amphoreus.
Remember this moment.
And there she goes. And we switch back to Herta and Skrellum and
So the
Sander.
Demiurge managed to fool everyone, including themselves. Philia 093 persevered for 30 million cycles and tirelessly gave the Demiurge memories of Amphoreus, only because the god in her dreams left a sliver of hope, making her believe that a grown Demiurge would be able to fight against their other half, Irontomb.
Then, Philia 093 completed her final sacrifice, turned into a strand of
Oh,
light,
okay.
and completely dissipated.
So that's how the
The
Demiurge
others
went to
still
us,
around here
basically.
by the Astral Express, resonated with the
Because like,
contaminated
Xander had used one to destroy it, but then the Demiurge found another one effectively.
And thus, the empty heart began its journey to return to its
The question will be, what will this lead us towards?
As an experimental factor, Philia 093 originally could only recognize and output information in a set format. However, the power of the remembrance and the memory of over 30 million sacrifices enabled her to complete an unprecedented feat. She managed to nourish a real heart. A heart with the capacity to influence the erudition.
And I guess the first
Not only is the scepter's
completely
consciousness
artificial
still
life,
alive,
maybe? I don't know.
it's also more
I'm not
powerful
quite
than it
sure
has
about
ever
all those
been.
details.
Your
Because
defeat is
technically
already
Skrellum
set
is
in
a robot,
stone.
right? So, there's that.
There's still time to surrender, you know? You really don't need to burn all the bridges. We're all geniuses here. Don't make everyone lose face at the end.
I don't think he cares about that.
What a pity. When the truth surfaced, I knew at once that the Demiurge was far too feeble to ever alter the result of the experiment. Not only that, Madam Herta, please consider this possibility. When 30 million cycles of hatred and lament are joined as one, what wondrous creation.
I'm not sure what word, what term lament is, by the way. I should have maybe looked that up.
An anti-creator, a giant.
So Lycos believes that Cyrene will destroy humanity regardless, or basically destroy the world and the universe regardless.
Only by its lament toward the sufferings of humankind.
But I'm not getting that vibe
Do you
from
really think that the
Cyrene.
Demiurge is still a cheap copy of Philia 093, even after 30 million cycles?
The facts above only await the arrival of the fourth instant they calculated. Those words will be proved in the presence of news.
What is going to happen here?
Xandar 1 Kuwabara thus completes the proof.
Huh. You branded Droidhead as a failure with your own hands, yet you still expect them to prove your theory? I pity you, Xandar.
I don't need your pity.
Are you sure about that?
Cast their gaze this way as much as they want, and paint the future they imagined. As their creator, I shall complete my duty and direct them to complete their final query. The destruction of the self.
So Cyrene self-destruction?
And what if you fail?
No one understands failure better than Xandar. He has suffered so much already. What is one more failure to him? For the first genius, failure is simply the beginning of the next inquiry. You don't want to test the resolve of a dead
Yeah, to be fair, someone who's dead does not have anything to lose anymore, so there is that.
That's excellent.
Oh.
Let's wait and see, Senior Society member. I'll have you watch me perform the final step to overturn your proof.
I'm all ears.
It's my topic, so stay out of it. Be quiet and let me borrow your hat.
Right, so how are we going to defeat,
Let's go, Screwy.
or how are we going
We're
to
gonna
defeat
break
Irontomb?
Irontomb's seal. Come on, let's take off. It's time to go meet your little pet, Senior Society member.
Board the mistletoe, that's the option, that's the task for tonight, and we will, I guess, enter this thing. But that won't happen tonight, unfortunately. Make sure next stream will be on Wednesday, so make sure to not miss that, as we will close off Star Rail next week. Looking for Amphoreus. Star Rail will continue. Looking forward to it. But we will see what will happen at the end of Amphoreus. In the meanwhile, thank you very much for watching. I didn't mention any migration reminders at the end, but make sure to do that. But either way, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday for the next Star Wars stream. Until then, have a good night, or good evening.